Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Kingmaker today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's outstanding Pathfinder 2nd Edition fantasy RPG, and we are playing through a slightly modified version of their classic Kingmaker adventure path or mega campaign. And with me tonight are the stars of the Kingmaker campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing. First up, we've got John.
Everyone, I am John, and I am playing Ramirius Seranis. He is a warrior muse bard, and yes, hopefully I don't die.
Fingers crossed. Next up is James.
I'll play. Hi, I'm James. I'm playing Vaz, the orc soldier who aspires to be a general one day.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Trog the Invincible.
Very nice.
It's a goblin sorcerer.
You're more Trog the Combustible.
Trog the Combustible. That's probably more accurate.
All right. So at the time of recording, it has been about 3 weeks. No, it's been 4 weeks since we last played because I was on vacation last time. But what do you guys recall from our last session? I may be able to jump in with some visual aids here. Like,
I remember correctly, we beat the crabs, we beat the owlbear, we found the sword, and we've retrieved it, and now we're heading back to the castle.
Wow, I didn't realize that Vaz got hit that hard on the head. My goodness.
Trog and Remy had a very fun spelunking adventure.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we fell down that hole, yeah.
Yes. And I was looking at my notes. My compositions do mention that you got out there, managed to stabilize me in the middle of the river before the crabs could eat me and the owlbear could get me, and decided to dive into a hole. And you rolled a nat 1, so you thought it was a great place to go into. Then I woke up, arrested our fall briefly, and then we, managed to just plop down in the cavern below. It was dark, but the others finished off the crabs for us, and then eventually managed to lower a rope to us and pull us out. But there was a bit of nail biting, I think, because that's where we left off.
Well, we actually left off with a bit of a cliffhanger. You guys did bed down for the night. Vaz, once again, demonstrated why it's important to have training if you're going to be cooking anything with a snail, what was it, a waterfall snail and boggy moss soup that made everyone sick.
Yeah.
I said I now have in-character reasons never to eat Vaz's cooking again.
And we then had it was Trog in the light in the middle of the night. Trog was on watch when do you recall what happened, Jeff?
I don't.
Let's see here.
I'm thinking. No, I can't remember.
We learned Trog's full name last week.
Oh,
or last session.
Right. Okay, I do remember that part.
Yeah. And Trog was on watch when he heard a voice come to him that he recognized.
Right.
And it was asking if he had come to kill him or not. Let me grab our tokens here.
I still don't remember who it was. Oh, maybe you didn't reveal who it was, did you?
I did not reveal who it was yet, no.
That's right.
So there's nothing you're missing in it. It's just simply a matter of I have yet to reveal who that is. Okay, let's see here. Everyone's all over the place here. So
that's why my memory's not quite as bad as I think it is.
Remy and Vaz. So I guess, I think we were all in different spots. Or you guys were on different spots on the making your way across the rapids last time. So, unless there is any other questions, I think we'll return back to that scene. So, Trog, a voice has come to you in the darkness. You have been sitting at the edge of this cave where I think it's the ghoul cave. It's at the edge of the ghoul cave where you guys had positioned yourself. And there is the water or the river stretching before you, flowing away. The moon is high above you. What do you do?
I answer, no, of course not. Why would I?
Are you lying?
I don't think I'm lying.
Okay. So then give us a diplomacy check, please. Let's see how that goes over.
He does not think he's lying. Okay, here we go. Oh my god.
That one. Would you like to spend
Not
your
strong.
hero point? Reroll that.
Yes, actually, I will just immediately blow my hero point. Here we go.
I think that picture is cursed, Jeff. When I used that picture for my first foray into PF2, it was like poisons and deaths and almost dying.
So, but the changes to roll 20, the dice roller hasn't changed.
Yeah. All right. So, what you can hear again is, well, actually, give us a perception check as well. Let's just see how much you can hear.
Yeah, let's see what
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, there's a lot of noise, with the river coming down. The voice comes from, there's a pause, and then it comes from a different place and says,
Are you sure? You've all come quite heavily armed. And in the middle of a stream or a river. Strange coincidence for you to be coming here. Just to say hi.
Well, of course we're armed. It's very dangerous out here. Giant crabs, owl bears.
you could feel something sharp kind of poking at your lower back.
It could get a lot more dangerous. Why are you here?
Well, we're looking for you.
You seem uncertain.
I am uncertain.
He pushes a little.
Maybe if you would show yourself, I could.
You have to take a step or two forward to avoid a painful, because he's pushing the whatever sharp thing is in you. Just push a little further forward, but slow enough that you're able to kind of skitter forward. You're getting close to the point of like making a decision between getting stabbed or taking a drop into the river.
Yeah.
Who are your companions you brought? Bounty hunters?
Not at all. Friends.
Of yours? Or mine?
Of course. Well, they may not know you yet. How could they be your friends at this point?
Why are you here, Trog?
We've been sent to retrieve a sword.
You can feel the blade is twisted just a little bit. It feels like a little pinching in your lower back.
You may find it harder to take than you had planned. I'll make those crabs seem as playful pets.
We weren't planning on taking it with force.
Oh?
We were hoping to secure safety for you in exchange for the blade. I know you've come into some trouble.
He leans forward. Well, you can tell he leans forward because his voice sounds a lot closer now.
Yeah.
What makes you think I would give up my blade?
Well, For one, you're stuck here hiding in the woods. That can't be very pleasant.
Give us a diplomacy check again.
All right, come on, roll 20. Very nice guy.
No, we'll get the ball rolling here. We're at 7:30. Why doesn't everyone take a hero point? We started a little late today, so. You want to stick with that, or you want to give it a re-roll?
No, I'm going to roll it. I'm just throwing these hero points away like they're candy.
Good to hear.
There you
go.
Hey, finally.
All right. So there is something that there's a subsystem that you will find over the course of the campaign. We will be making a fair amount of use out of, which is called influence. Influence uses your social skills and related skills to try and build up. It's like a chase almost, where you're kind of building up tokens, but instead of like research or a chase or whatnot, what you're building up is to try and get either information from or get something from NPCs.
Right.
The two main actions you can take in it are to try and influence, which is to try and gain some influence points with them, to get them more on your side. And the other action is to discover. What that allows you to do is try and suss out over the course of a conversation. These aren't like 6-second round things like in combat. These are longer back and forth. But what discover can give you is you may be able to get some insight into they refer to them in the game as weaknesses, but I prefer to think of it as insights, ways you can take, like things that the target values or may be susceptible to. So why don't you give us that's a great roll by the by. Why don't you give us another perception roll?
Oh, whoops. Perception.
And would Vaz and Remy each give us a perception check, please? Okay. So you're not doing great, Trog.
Oh.
20. So both Remy and Vaz, you're further back in the cave, and you can hear Trog. Both of you have woken up. Remy, you have heard Trog talking to himself, and he's talking to himself in a level that's, there is this ambient kind of white noise in the background, but he's talking loud enough to be heard over that. So you've woken up with that. Vaz, you heard somehow in your sleep, you managed to hear a voice you do not recognize, and that's what prompts you to wake up. So Remy's waking up with just the idea and the understanding that Trog is talking to himself. But Vaz, you know that someone else has been talking to Trog. You guys are at your camp, the campsite, which is probably about 25 feet away from, or further into the cave. So why don't we do this? Let's, this is going to push your tokens over. No, it pushes that's neat. This, for those listening at home, we're trying the new interface for Roll20 tonight. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Let me clear it out. Why doesn't everyone give us a initiative roll, please? I have. Okay, there isn't anyone you can see just yet, but I might as well get the handout ready here.
We're using perception?
Oh.
Yeah. So click on your token and then click on the initiative roll using perception.
They're clicking on the token bit.
That is key.
Missed that step.
Wait a minute. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And of course the second roll. Well. That didn't work either, so.
Did you roll perception instead of rolling initiative with perception?
There we go.
Oh, sorry. Been too long.
It's been a month.
Good of you to be the cautionary tale for each of these. There it is. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, then, guys, let's put this in order. Ascending. Oh, neat. They've added a button so you can go back on initiative, too.
That's handy.
Yeah, because you used to have to scroll all the way through. Let me roll initiative for whoever's there. Okay. So then that... Oh, I was checking one quick thing here. Okay. Vaz, you'll be up first. What would you like to do? You're in your bedroll right now, and the Trog is, with your dark vision, you have no difficulty seeing. Trog is standing near the front of the, near where the, what do you call it, the edge of the cave would drop down into the water, and he seems to be, he has both hands up, and he seems to be talking kind of back over his shoulder at someone. You cannot see anyone there.
Okay, then I will try and be as stealthy as I can be, but creep out of my bedroll, grab my glaive, and sneak forward.
So why don't you give us a stealth check, please?
Oh yeah, definitely one of my best skills.
So you hit, and your glaive, unless you want to spend a hero point.
Oh, I'll do a hero point. Why not?
Okay.
That was well spent.
All right. You reach over and you touch your glaive, which has been set up on just a slight angle, or it either falls over so the blade hits loud on the cave floor, or it scrapes across the floor because you've grabbed a different, a different part than you expected. Whatever it is, you make an enormous amount of noise. So, Trog, someone is stirring in the cave. So I would have been one action to sort of get up and get over, or get up to a crouch, one to grab your glaive. What would you like to do with your final action?
And I'll move towards Trog.
Okay. Remy.
I suppose he's going to sit up and try to get to his feet, startled by the racket of Vaz fumbling for a weapon. Grab his and move after her. Just trying to figure out what's going on, looking around.
Is he making any effort to be quiet?
Not after that display.
Okay. So you'll, it'll be one round to get up, one round to grab your glaive, and one round or your sword, and one round to move one action to move forward. Trog, you're close enough near the front. You rolled. What's your last perception roll? A 9. So you can hear both Vaz and Remy get up and walk over towards you. The pressure on your back is actually, or that pinching, is actually gone. What would you like to do?
I'm actually going to call out, and I'm going to say, look, you know me, I wouldn't come all this way just to start trouble.
Okay. Vaz, you have a sense of what that means. Remy, you do not. We don't need to stay in initiative now, because they have moved out of... whoever is there has moved away. What happens next, guys?
That's all the screaming for, Trog.
Well, I think we've found who we're looking for.
He was here?
Yeah. I had a blade in my back.
Well, did he seem reasonable?
He seemed upset that we were here. Basically threatened me.
Blade in the back. It's probably a little more than threatened.
Yeah.
He's still here?
I don't know. Probably nearby.
Well, come on out. Let's parlay.
Yeah, so I'll go up to where Trog is and try and have a look around with my dark vision.
Yeah, I can't see. I don't see him.
Oh,
can
no,
see-
'cause Trog can't either.
Yeah, you can see nothing.
He snuck up on me. I'm sure he's skilled at hiding in the shadows.
Even as skilled as you might be, Vaz, like, you definitely heard another voice, but when you looked over, it's not a matter of that, like, oh, there was someone hiding there that you didn't see. There's no way that there was anyone there. You're certain
All right,
there
so
was
I'll
no one
say,
standing.
if you're
Trog was
someone,
kind of standing in the middle of the cave, not near one of the sides or things like that, so there was definitely nobody there.
that Trog, there was more than just. If you had somebody right behind you, there was more than just they were good at hiding.
Well,
They must have been invisible.
oh, I mean,
Trog, give us a bandit lore roll.
yeah. I was gonna say we don't know what the blade does. Oh, baby.
Oh yeah, now it's coming back to you. The Hungering Blade,
Yeah.
he, whose name you know is Uligar Bartos. Putting in chat for you.
Ulagor.
He is he has training in magic, in arcane magic as well. It's all put towards a martial bent, but he definitely has proper magical training. And with a roll that good, you would know it's in the arcane schools.
Yeah.
So he's either a dabbler with in wizardry of some kind, or he's not like you because you've seen him studying books before, or you've
Right.
heard of that kind of stuff.
Right. So I would share that. I would say, well, I think he is capable of magic. So I think you're right. Must have been some invisibility. He's probably close by still, observing us.
Maybe we can make
Is
him
he
some.
checking around to see if
I
any
tried to
signs
I tried to
around or-
explain to him that we were not here for a fight, but I think he's been spooked by all the trouble that he's been in.
Think he's hiding from the Stag Lord?
I know he is.
Well, if he's not interested in parlaying, I suppose we should just, bed down again and hopefully find him in the daylight.
Right.
Right then, back to bed then.
Okay. So you guys go back to bed.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really find him, I guess, if he's got magical means to evade us.
Anyone have training in Arcana? Actually, I forgot. Forgive me. It's PF2. You don't need training. You can make an Arcana check if you like.
Oh,
Or I'm not any good at it, but
yeah. As evidenced by our rolls. Yeah. Book learning.
Anybody want to spend a hero point on that?
sure. I've got one to blow.
Yeah, I've blown
I
all
might roll a
mine.
20. Who knows?
That one.
There you go.
Oh my
felt
god, we
myself
are
get
just
dumber.
geniuses in Arcana.
All right. So you bed down, and
Yeah, he'll be invisible for months.
No. I'll never find him.
so then you guys bed down, and the rest of the evening passes. Let me just double check here. You guys may have disturbed some shit down in that hole. So let's see if anything. Okay. The evening is otherwise uneventful.
Well,
So-
he knows we're here.
Morning comes, what do you guys do?
Maybe we
So
in the
this
light
is-
we could try to track him.
Yeah. Yeah.
mean, if
Visibility
it's-
doesn't mean you don't leave footprints.
No.
Right.
Harass the 15th. The difficulty will be like it's the same problem you had before. You could roll, a critical success on it, but tracking across those stones is going to be, unless they're bleeding or something like that, is going to be challenging.
Right.
So, morning comes. What do you guys intend on doing? You're halfway through the month. You have 15 days. Try and find this guy and bring him back. Or at least bring the sword back.
The Hungering Blade, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I mean, he's got to be somewhere. I mean, he can't just like live out in the water. So we should just maybe try to find out where he's staying and.
Right. Just continue our search.
Mhm.
Head further along the waterfall, indeed. And
He's
look
got
for
to be
any-
nearby. I mean, I wouldn't want to brave these waters at night, let alone during the day.
You have heard the Hungering Blade is a half-orc. So,
Well, still,
Well, I mean, I could see why he's confident in his ability to hide here if he's invisible or using arcane magics to conceal himself. He still has to eat and find ways to survive out here. Maybe there's some evidence around.
Yeah.
Let's continue our search.
I agree. We should get to the bank and see what we can find.
sorry, to the bank.
Well, the opposite side, wherever this guy came from.
Again, it's a mile across for the water, right? So there's a lot
Well, if
of
it's the-
caves still
head
to
that
search.
direction.
Well, move in that direction and search him, I suppose.
Okay.
He's a half orc. He's got to be a pretty beefy guy then. So won't be in little tight holes then. We can find larger openings.
Okay. What is the strategy for the three of you to make your way across the river then?
Luck.
Yeah, strategy.
Oh my goodness.
Do you still got
Guess
that?
I should probably go first, or
Still got that pole, or do we use that to wedge in the water somewhere?
Oh, which pole?
Sorry. There's a big stick that we got to help us early on that we brought across the water with us to give a slight bonus. And do we still have it, or did we lose it in the water when you guys pulled us out of the cave?
I don't know. That might have gotten lost in the shuffle with the giant crabs.
Gotcha.
I don't remember
Well,
anyone mentioning taking care of that or.
We're trying to use it to brace, people from falling in, trying to get us out. But oh well.
Well, I mean, unless I can tell you, I don't remember anyone else making use of a pole. Did anyone else, or am I just misremembering?
When we first tried to ford the river, I was looking for a log or something we could use to balance with. We found one.
You're right, but that's what I mean. You were using that individually, not you collectively.
Right.
We weren't using it. You were.
Okay.
So that's what I was wondering, whether at some point Remy was using one hand free for casting, one hand had a sword, another one. I think that pole has gone downriver.
Vaz was using it instead of using her pole arm, so she wouldn't lose that.
Were you, Vaz?
do not recall.
Okay, well, it's gone anyway.
Okay.
Because if I had it, it would have been lost.
Because I think Vaz actually has a pretty good athletics. It seems strange that she would need to take that. I thought it was people who were not great at athletics who were making use of those aids.
My athletics pretty decent. I wouldn't have needed it. Oh, we can continue. It's neither here nor there.
Okay.
My athletics is terrible.
So,
But I wasn't using
Goblin.
anything.
what do you? So you had tied yourself together before. Is that the process once again?
I think so.
Yeah.
At least for Trog's benefit, yeah.
Okay. So I think for
I'm
today,
light, so
what we'll do is basically each. There's an upside to having all of you work together. You're going to be able to make a perception check, and the two who are not making the perception check will be able to assist. And I'm going to let you use any skill that you can convince me would apply in making this search. But for every search you make, every time you roll, you're going to have to all make athletics rolls as you're navigating across the river. And this will be, I think, a threshold thing to try and find the nearest available cave. So the better you do on this, the faster you're going to be able to find the next habitable cave. And the less of these checks you're going to need to make. So, who do you think should take lead here? And who will be able to support?
Who's most perceptive then? I'm a 6.
I'm a 2.
Yeah, you're the most perceptive.
Okay.
I got a 5, but
Okay. And then what would Trog and Remy like to assist with?
Well, you could help look, and I think I need to just focus on not falling in the water.
You can do both. Like, I guess what I'll let you do, Trog, is if you want to not help whatsoever, you can just take a +2 to your athletics rolls.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise-
'Cause
You're more likely just to distract us. Or distract me.
I literally am.
Okay. All right. So then
Sounds good.
let's first make the athletics check. So everyone, if you'd kind of give it athletics, and the difficulty here is going to be a 15.
Oh my good lord.
Baz is good. Remy's good.
And I have +2?
You have +2, yeah. Remember, don't put the plus sign in. Just a
still
2.
a 50-50 shot for me. Holy cow.
Wow.
There you go. Okay. So you guys begin making your way in the daylight. Oh, we didn't roll. Hold on, because Dave's not here. I was distracted. Why don't you each give us a D20 roll, please?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll take them in the order that they were rolled. Okay. Not one. Alrighty. Let's see.
Oh no.
I think the low rolls are actually good in this case because you don't want to trigger this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's right. In the weather.
So
you
it is
roll.
not raining today. The temperature remains the same as it was before, and there is no inclement weather. It's perfectly still today. Really, you could not ask for a better day. In fact, the wind is almost non-existent today. So whatever buffeting or whatnot you may have had previously is absolutely still, thanks to Vaz's nat 1 on that roll. Everyone gets a hero point, by the way. And then would Vaz go ahead and give us a perception check, please? You want to hero point that, or you want to see how Remy does in the assistance?
I'd probably better hero point it.
Okay. You got a +6, right? So that's not...
Oh, yeah, that's way better.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, come on, Remy, with the assist here.
There it goes. Let's see if I can give you bonus.
You want to hero point that?
We probably just need a +1, so yeah, we'll see if I can get a total of 20 on this roll.
There you go. Beautiful.
Oh,
So that's
Yeah,
plus
you
2.
should have rolled.
All right. So it's about, you can picture, it's about 15 minutes or so of very carefully hopping from one side to another one. You know, Remy keeping a careful eye at times out for the water, keeping an eye out for 2 little eye stalks coming out once again to come for him.
Nightmares of
Frog
rats.
is focusing solely on, you know, making the leap from one rock to another rock. Vaz, you almost overlook what is a difficult, would have been a difficult to spot thing when Remy's like, hey, what's over there? Maybe just Remy asked, did you check behind over there? And you look and you crouch down a bit, and you can see that one of the little spouts that comes out, there's a couple of rocks that lead up towards it, and there is a cave in there, likely something large enough. It's probably about 6 feet tall, large enough not necessarily for a half-orc to stand up in comfortably, but certainly something they could enter into.
Oh.
All right. So I'll be poking at that. Let's bye, boys.
Ready? Let's move into the dark cave opening. Hurrah!
So, and the order I'm from what you guys had said, is it Vaz, then Trog, then Remy? Or is
Yeah, I think so. Trog in the middle.
Okay. So Vaz, you'll be making your way over. Anything I should know about how you want to approach, or are you just trying to get yourself there and figure out, not worry about making noise or, keeping your glaive strapped to your back so it's not going to fall off if you fall in the water?
Yeah, I'll just keep trying to. I'll just be trying to get up there.
Okay.
Intact.
All right. So then, why don't you? If all you're trying to do is get yourself over there, you're going to be able to do that easily. So between Vaz, getting yourself over there and serving as an anchor, Trog, it's easier for you to get over then, and she's able to get you. You find that there's actually a small little soaked, almost not like a platform, but there's a flat bit of the stone that's has a lot of water spilled over into it, where it creates a bit of a pool, and then it leads up and deeper into the cave itself. Vaz, would you give us a perception check, please, just to see what you can see? Okay. So if you're looking at this thing, it definitely seems as if, for one, there's no one in there, and you smell, you can't smell anything like a campfire that you would expect to find in here, or some other source of thing, source of obvious the obvious odor of someone living in there. But more, I guess, equally important, you don't smell anything like spoor or the smell of a burrow, as if something's living in there. So there's no critter, but it doesn't seem like any human or any humanoid type creature is living in there at present.
Well,
You're gonna have to get up.
If a humanoid was very sneaky, they wouldn't have things like fast, because it'd be a giveaway.
Yeah.
But they would scare off the animals. Maybe this is for somebody who's very much hiding.
What do you guys want to
So
do?
I'll pass that on to the guys, and then I'll.
Yeah, Remy, you're
my
all
glaive
able to
out.
sort of collect yourself right near the base of this cave as well, and it's only maybe about a 2-foot step up from this soaked, first stone to get up and then into the cave. It does seem to go down for some distance, and from what you can see, Vaz, it actually goes down a bit. It doesn't seem like it, from the looks of things and from the echo that's coming out, it sounds like it goes down for a way, but not the cavernous depth that, say, the ghoul cave was. That thing, you would have been able to hear the air moving down there, and there isn't the rushing of something from deep below there was in that cave that Remy and Trog deposited themselves in. You cannot see anyone in it as of yet, but you remember, you've got dark vision, so you can quite clearly see anything in there. So if there's anything you want to look for or try and do, I'm certainly open to hearing. Trog, you've got dark vision, right?
Yeah, I believe I do.
Yeah. So there's light here, Remy. The sun out today, so you can easily see where you are right now. But if you get deeper in, you're definitely not going to be able to see. There is no light within there.
Gotcha.
So
Might have to break out one of my torches.
This could be it. As much as it seems like there's nothing here, that's almost what I expect when we find the correct cave. He's been evading detection out here for a long time.
you guys have been traveling for almost 2 weeks now. and you'd heard about this beforehand. So yeah, it's got to be maybe even a month that he's been out here at least.
Right.
Let's head in and get this torch lit, and we'll explore. See if we can find him
move
and
in.
talk some sense into him.
Any cave that has a potential that he's in it is worth exploring completely.
Okay.
Yep. And I guess I'll go in, but I'll be going forward warily and checking if there's any traps. We saw the rockfall trap in the other one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And your perception bonus is a +6, Vaz?
Yep.
What I need to do, I need to record everyone's. I'll do this between now and next session, but I need to record everyone's stat bonuses. So, Vaz is going to be in the lead. Remy, you're lighting your torch. Trog, are you in the middle still?
Yeah, unless they're changing, unless someone else has got a different reason to change that. Yeah, that's why
Okay.
I would
Fine.
stay in the middle.
All right. And Remy, as soon as you get your torch out, if you start going for your tinderbox, I think Trog can easily gesture and your torch lights up.
I'll be traveling with a torch in the hand, but nothing in my offhand or anything. So
Okay. Baz, with you taking point, I can appreciate you're keeping your eye out for everything. What is your survival bonus, by the way?
Survival is 4.
4. Okay. And sorry. Just so Vaz, are you drawing anything? I know you got a sword with you as well.
I'll have my glaive out.
Oh, you're taking your glaive out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Trog, anything in your hands?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So, how much spacing is there between you guys?
10 feet between, probably. Well, 5 feet between. So there's like Vaz space, Trog space, Remy.
Okay.
They give Vaz enough room to swing her glaive around if needed.
Yeah, there's absolutely not enough space to swing a glaive in here. No, it's this is a very cramped cave for the first little bit. It may open up later on, but at best, it's a stabbing thing. You'll still be able to make an attack, but you're going to take a penalty to your rolls on it, and turning around might be a bit of a challenge.
That's a good point. That's a good point. In which case, with that, I'll stow the glaive and get my dueling sword out.
Okay.
Since that I can
Well, even that's going to be a bit of a challenge.
stab with that.
Like, you're going to have to bend down at a weird angle because that thing's going to be on your back at some point, right?
Oh, well, I'll just leave it out then. I'll just poke it if necessary then.
Okay.
Indeed.
All right. So, Vaz hunched over is taking the lead. Trog, I don't know why these guys are high. This seems like a perfectly sized cave to you.
Yeah, this is a nice cave.
And Remy, you're hunched over, I imagine, just enough so you can feel like you can clark your head on this stuff.
Keep my head away from the torch.
Oh yeah, and it's leaving a scorch mark as you're walking along. One thing that you do notice immediately, Vaz, is that when Remy lights his, you look back and you're like, wait, and you run your hand across the ceiling, and there is a lot of
Soot.
like soot. Yeah, thank you. I was like, carbon. What is the word I'm looking for here? There's a lot of soot burned onto the ceiling here, almost as if someone was doing the exact same thing that Remy had done multiple times before. Doesn't seem recent. It seems like there's some of it comes off in your hands and you can see little black fingerprints, but some of it is caked in there as if this has been happening for years and years and years.
It's a busy place.
Interesting.
You turn back, and as you start making your way along, keeping an eye out for any traps, and as you are, hold on, you're making your way to a point where it seems to open up. So you're going to be able to stand up. It opens up into a bigger, like a sister, a bigger chamber. And as you're making your way into here, you've been going down for the past maybe 5-10 minutes, winding around. There's a lot of uneven stuff. There's boulders on the ground. There are broken stalagmites that have fallen over. There's collections of pools of water that make for little slippery bits that you need to step on. But now you can see this, and it's as you're about to step out into that cavern, you stop and you look right down, and your part of your, instinct is like, just get out of this fucking cramped thing so you can stand up. And you can see that someone seems like as if they would be playing towards that impulse, because there is some kind of trap immediately when you step out, like a covered pit type thing. Something has covered. They've done a very good job of it with some kind of fabric over, on which they have put some kind of powder. Chalk maybe, or dust from the cave or something like that. This is devilishly clever. It's almost, you have your tactical acumen to thank for wanting to look really closely here.
Somebody doesn't want us in here. We're on the right path.
From where you can sit, this chamber, it may very well be an exit from here. You see there's a bit of a scramble that leads up and then deeper into the cave, but this seems to be a campsite. The chamber itself is about maybe 15 feet across, and it looks like it goes about 20 feet up. But in here, there are like busted and worn down, crudely made wooden kind of, benches. There is a bedroll in here that looks as if it has been left behind. And there is plenty of evidence near the fire pit in here of recent, unless the relatively fresh fish remains that seem to be in here were left by, some other creature of some kind, then someone has, or a creature that would, debone and descale and whatever else the fish needed before they were prepared. Someone has been camping in here as recently as probably last night.
Maybe this was it. Maybe this is where he was. I'll point out the pit with my glaive and work my way in round it, I guess.
Sure. Why don't you give us, this will be a relatively easy thing. Give us now that you spotted it, an athletics check. It's only give you an 8.
If he left a trap, he's obviously expecting to come back, right?
I mean, maybe he was, but we may have spooked him.
Okay. Easily, Vaz. With a roll that good, I'll actually let you give a bonus of plus, we'll say +2 to someone else trying to make their way across that.
Trog probably needs it.
Yeah. That's
so
athletics.
once you're in here, Vaz, you're able to stand up. Then it's dry. It definitely goes deeper in. It goes up, and then it's a bit of a crawl to get deeper into there. But there's nothing sealing it off. So there's plenty of air coming through here. This has all the trappings of like a great bandit hideaway.
Oh, trappings, literally.
Yeah. So Remy and Trog, you're at the entrance to this right now, and I guess Vass, I'm assuming you've warned them off from the trap.
Yeah. So I pointed out the trap to them with my glaive.
Okay. Do you want to touch it with your glaive?
So, hunger. Do I want to touch it? Be a dead giveaway that we've been in. If he's out and then he comes back, he'll...
That is true. I don't think any of you guys are trapsmiths, so...
So,
yeah.
Boys, creep around this way. You'll get in okay. Don't trigger it.
Trog, you're the next in line, but Remy could probably push past you if you'd rather he go first.
I could, hurl Trog over the trap to Vaz.
I think in this angle, it would be difficult.
Okay. Well, I'll go after Trog just in case he falls in and I need
Because
to yank
Trog's
him with
small,
a
but I
rope.
mean, he's not like the size of, a dog. He's 3 feet
Yeah.
tall.
He's right. I'll try.
Okay. You guys are athletics, and you're taking the +2 from
I
Vaz.
guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I need it. Oh.
Oh,
Just
did
on
it.
the nose. So Trog goes to jump, but he sort of hesitates at the last second, and just barely hops across and lands right on the far side. Vaz, it's as clear as day to you. If he'd been an inch back, that would have been enough for him to, for his foot to slip and then it to fall in and trigger this trap.
Careful, careful.
Have to
And Remy?
teach get Trog some long distance jumping skills. Ooh,
Not as
As I
easy as it
say-
looks, eh?
Yeah.
And again, I think
You're
that
a
speaks to
clumsy
the
bunch.
awkward angle, right? Like you're
yeah.
hunched
Trog
down.
left some water behind and I slipped.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, you don't want to clark your hat on it too, right? Because it's a fucking solid stone ceiling in here too. So when you're running along, you're having to sort of crab crawl to get the run up and then leap. So it's an awkward thing. But you've all made the leap, and you're all in that chamber now. What do you guys want to do?
Is there a way we can tell this is his chamber? Does Trog know that much about him that he could identify his camp?
Not really.
There's only there's a bedroll left over, which seems it seems like it's been here a while. There's there's a bunch of fish bones that are left in sort of a midden heap in one corner.
You think we should wait here to see if he comes back?
I mean, we could. I mean, this seems very likely that the place he was.
There is nothing else in here. No backpack. There's no sign of someone having left stuff behind and intent on coming back.
Right.
You guys have traveled off with 2 weeks on the road now. You guys know what it's like when you pick up your shit and are getting ready to go. Not every time you step away, once you've got a camp, every time you step away from it, you're not going to need to bring your bedroll and all the other crap with you. Your canteen, your pots and pans and shit like that. But none of that stuff is here.
Maybe we scared him off.
That's not good.
Yeah, where would he go? I mean, if he was up at night and he had to come back here and get his stuff and then move on, he may not be far.
Bro.
I must have been going in this direction because you'd think. Because otherwise he'd have had to crawl past us during the night. Past our cave.
And I wouldn't want to go to the shore over there because of the owlbear. So
Yeah. So he's likely gone farther along the river here.
Yeah.
Maybe we continue on.
I mean, he could have gone further in the cave, but I don't see why.
well, I mean,
Oh, I mean,
if there's a way to go further in the cave, we should definitely take it.
There's up about 6 feet on the wall. There's a crawl that's about maybe 2 feet tall that leads deeper in and would lead deeper into the Nightlands.
Maybe not go that way then. Half orcs are kind of big. Do you think you could squeeze through there, Trog?
I mean, not comfortably, but he did seem desperate.
And you told him we weren't here to kill him, right?
I did, but I'm not sure he believed me.
I do not want another deep land experience or nightland experience like yesterday.
No.
Maybe we should look for the next cave in the system along the river more.
Okay.
Just have to
Well,
put an
that's
X.
disappointing.
So the plan is to carry on and keep searching for other caves.
Yeah, unless we spot something in here that.
Well, you guys haven't looked
Seems like
around.
he's here anymore.
If you tell me
Oh.
where you're looking, if you try and make any kind of use of your skills or abilities, you can certainly look around. But that ain't
Yeah,
for
so
me
if
to
I look
offer
on the
up.
bench, what's been done on the bench?
If you take a look, there is some carvings on there, and there is. It looks as if. I mean, this seems like something that idle hands will be carving away at. On this one, though, the most recent thing, because of, again, the exposed kind of interior of the wood, there's something on there. It's a clear mark. Why don't you give us a society check, Vaz? See if you can place this.
Oh,
So this is, I think, perhaps, it speaks to the heraldry that you've had. And one of the things that, obviously, all the houses of Brevoy, they all have specific sigils with them, right? And each of the individual sword lords, they have their own sigils to mark what, what their house has. And there is one moment, I'm trying to find the name here. Did I give you guys a name of the house that the sword came from? Or just give you the name of the sword itself?
We did it one time. Let me see if I wrote it down. I did not.
Okay, because I know I shared a bunch of names of the different. Oh, the Neski.
That sounds right.
Double check here. So I make sure that isn't the name of something else in the campaign that I've written down to incorporate. Oh, and there's no.
You name the mud crabs a daily special. That's hilarious.
I think the Neski. I think that sounds right. I think that was the name of the family. A sigil, of House Neski, Vaz, was a falling star placed over a tree. What do you call it? Evergreen tree, stylized. And that is the very sigil or symbol that's carved into this bench. Someone seems to have had that on their mind. Now, you don't know enough about the blade itself to give a... they talked about that there's a kind of a jewel on the end that seems to have almost a tempest sealed within it. But you don't know whether or not the markings of House Neski would have been on the blade itself. And it would just be something that what's his name, would have been just copying.
still again. Clearly they're on the right tracks.
Ulagor.
I'll let the others know.
Okay.
See? I'm very proud of having figured that one out.
Nice. I guess I'll pick through the fish bones, see if there's anything under them or of interest.
What is it you're looking for?
Just anything that might be a clue. Maybe there's some fresh here, or did you forget something, or...
Okay. You can give us a perception check. As far as you can tell, it has in the midden heap, it has the look of, this is someone, there's a pile large enough to have someone who has been here for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
been here a while. It's likely that he saw us coming.
Yeah.
Mhm. 2 weeks. Well, we've been on the road 2 weeks. Maybe he's been here the whole time.
Well, that's why we thought he was here, right?
Yeah.
And also think of yourself in this cave. If he's been here for longer than that, because you know he's been on the run for at least a month, there's a point where that midden heap is going to stink like fucking crazy, right? You're going to want to pick that shit up and continually dump it out. What's it say when just letting it pile up?
No intention of coming back. It was only stopping here for a brief period.
Or he felt trapped in here.
You think the crabs kept him in here?
If he was having to head back to the shore, on your side, I mean, those crabs kept that owl bear at bay.
Oh, maybe the owl bear had him trapped on this side?
Owl bears don't tend to hang out in one area, but crabs, perhaps. They did seem to be lurking right near where and come out on you guys pretty quickly, didn't they?
They
Yeah,
did.
Territorial.
What does it say as well, do you think, when he would stay here and continually eat and leave the shit here rather than go simply to the other bank?
Maybe there's danger along the other bank.
It's also possible that you can't make it there.
True.
Like these caves there's 5 different sets of rapids and whatnot. This is the only one that you're aware of that actually has these kinds of caves in them. And if you ask Trog might be able to know whether there is anything on the far side.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you know, Trog?
Yeah, is there anything on the far side?
You can give us a bandit lore. Yeah, if you're just seeing whether it's hiding stuff in here, you can certainly give us another bandit lore check. You want to hear a point that?
Yeah, I do.
4 minutes off your next one, so.
Plus, I love spending them.
Giving them out like candy, so.
Oh, come on.
So, you can't remember. You know that there are these caves in here, and you know that it's been used as a hiding place, but at best what you know is that it's only bandits in the northern parts of the Stolen Lands that would be making use of these things. So any bandits that you'd be aware of would only be coming from the southern bank and then making their way into these things. They're
right
to the north of here. There's nothing that would be coming, nothing to prey on.
So he's got to be in one of these caves nearby unless he passes him back to the other bank. So if we're persistent, we might find him.
Yeah, but if he's either gone a lot further, because otherwise he'd stay where he had his trap and where it was, I guess. I mean, there's not much point in him just moving one cave down. I mean, what would the benefit be?
Right.
So if he was feeling trapped here and he either chose not to or was unable to go to the north, what does that suggest? Or to the northern bank, what does it suggest about where he may have gone?
No, southern.
Yeah,
The way
south.
we came from, yeah.
There were several hours where you guys were either sleeping or on watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does mean that if he did sneak past you guys, and he was able to sneak up on Trog quite easily, and sneak away from all 3 of you without you noticing. It does mean, though, that if he was moving, he didn't get the benefit of a sleep that you guys had.
Right. And he will have to rest somewhere. Yeah, let's head back.
Yeah.
We found where he was, I think, and now maybe our, battle with the crabs actually helped him get out of here.
Do you remember the minions of the Stag Lord that you guys ran into? The ones that Remy convinced that they were allies? I thought it was Remy who did that.
Yes.
Was it Remy or was it Vaz?
Well, I got a nat 20, yeah.
Oh, it was you, okay, yeah.
Remy.
What did they say that they were up there for?
Were they looking at? I can't remember exactly, but were they looking for someone? Or looking out for someone? But I know, bandits rob, but can't quite remember.
Mm-hmm.
If I do a composition here.
Oh. What did they say?
You're right. This doesn't look like he's coming back.
So,
Doesn't sound like he went north, so let's head south.
So talk the way out of the fight, pretending to be bandits, mentioning searching for the sword. The bandits seem eager to, well, not so much eager to help, but to get news of that. So, So yeah, I think that maybe they're trying to find him or something themselves. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, we do think they're looking for him, right?
Well, yeah, the Stag Lord drove him out of the area, so maybe he'd be interested in finishing him off.
That's who he's hiding from, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So, would he travel that western direction and go back in Badlands?
Let's take a look at the map here. We'll talk about what is where. Where is it here? Go. The old Stolen Lands map. Okay. So you guys are currently here.
Like, we are where our cart is?
Yeah. Where's the pointer? There we go. So, oh, neat. Okay. What you would know is that, can't I get that? That's too far up for me. You know that right over here, in this direction, where see where the road goes along here?
Mm-hmm.
You guys would be aware that there is a trading fort around here, near this bit of forest. Let me do one thing here. Selection tab, DM's layer. That, can I get that? That's a light layer. There you go, guys. You learned the name of at least one thing now. Actually, why don't I bring this up here to the... There we go. Rossland Hinterlands. There we go. And... they've got, John, the different layers in this new one. You don't have to go into a sub menu and then find the layer. You just click on specific layers and you go to them.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to try that out.
Yeah, I like it, and I'm not having any performance issues or whatnot. So it's not like sometimes when they implement new features, it's just like then it chews up a bunch of processing power, but not the case. So over here, near where the green belt is, this is where there is a trading fort, a relatively new trading fort. Trog, you'd be aware of this place. It's like a wooden palisade with some trade folks living within. So he could go in this direction and try and make his way over towards the Numeria. Is over in this direction. He could go back towards Brevoy, but there is a bounty on his head in that direction. And I believe, let's see here, do I have... Yeah, here we go. This is a map of the wider area. Let me make that map bigger. do that. Let's see. Grab that. Grab that. Oh, it's on the token layer. Never mind. Wait, what? Ah, there we go. All right, so you are currently right up here, right around this area here in Brevoy. So his options are to make his way up into, I think that is near, there's Brevoy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, you can, it's there, right? It's Breville, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to find the. I should grab
I'm thinking our map is pointing this way as our north, because that big lake is at the center of the kingdoms.
Oh, yeah. So you guys might be further over, because I thought there was something between, like to the east of Numeria. Is that the World Wound, or no? Those are scars further north.
Yeah.
So it's just
Mendev is up in this direction, is where the World Wound was.
Yeah. Well, you can actually see it on the map here, right here. It's the scar now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not there. So it must be just the. Let's take a look at the. I have a map of Brevoy in here as well. Where is it?
I love these maps.
Yeah, they're cool. Here we go. So, there, I guess, yeah, here's where you guys are, is right down here. So I guess it's, he tries to make his way across here, deeper into the country where he's a, wanted man. So,
unlikely.
Yeah, or trying to hide in the River Kingdoms, which is possible if he makes his way to further over, but, they are not likely to be wanting, eager to see bandits either. So he's in a, Trog, you've been in this situation before, right? Where,
yeah,
like, there's no good way to go, no good way to turn. What would you do in such a circumstance, Trog? If you were being hunted, if your choices were to go deeper towards where the Stag Lord is, to go west and try your luck with the River Kingdoms, and perhaps Numeria, although you've got vicious Kelid tribes that are populating there, or back towards the kingdom that you've been preying on. What's your choice?
Probably back to what I know, where I've been preying on them. I mean, is that too obvious for someone after me that's what they would think I would do? It's hard because.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm just thinking that his options are limited in such a way that it's like a damned if you do in any direction, right? And so it's,
well, if the crabs were keeping him from the bank, and those are out of the way, then he went that way and had to go a direction. I'd pick west too. I would definitely go to a trading post, because if I was a bandit and I had a chance to get away and start under a new alias or something, that'd probably be what I would do.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense to try, for sure. There's no way he's gone back towards the Stag Lord. That one's just right out.
No, we don't even know where the Stag Lord's base is, though. We know his bandits are all over.
To the south. In there, he's said to be hidden somewhere deep in the Stolen Lands.
They're definitely not south. So he wouldn't have gone to the other side of the bank.
100% certain not south.
And east and north are just he's wanted, and they have pictures of him, or at least his name. So.
Well, and for north, he would have to, unless he got unless there is a way to follow these rapids across to the north, he'd have to either swim across or get a boat to get across, or he'd have to make his way back to that, I can't remember what the name of the trade town is where the bridge is. That's how you guys got across, right?
Yeah. So yeah, let's get back across the river and head west and see if we can catch up to him. And you two are pretty good at following tracks, right?
Head west, young man.
I'll patch up boys in my head for the rest of the night.
I mean, I think it's the most logical, and he is intelligent. He's quite intelligent. We know that.
With the role that you rolled from before too, you also know he's quite well. He's quite learned too. Just educated types, they'll use different words than what the average bandit, thug would, and he did seem to have pretty good words.
Right. Right, he's no fool.
So what do you think, guys?
Let's try west.
Yeah, let's go west.
Yep.
Okay. So I think, unless there is anything you guys are specifically, I gotta make a random encounter roll. Guys, I gotta make a random encounter roll. Hold on.
I never have to fight on a river again. It'd be too soon.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let me take a look here. Yep, random encounters. Always good for a laugh. Let's see.
Yeah.
That was not a ringing endorsement, Jeff.
No.
That was a nervous laugh.
No. Well, so far our random encounters have not been wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll get more powerful and yeah.
You're like
The
bullies.
struggle that we grow.
We were beaten up, so we're gonna go beat up people afterwards. Would you? Let's hear, John. Would you give us a D20 roll, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very
13.
much.
It's the unlucky number.
All right. So I'm trying to find my. There it is. Random encounter table. Again. Here we go. Okay. So I think we're just going to do 2 more rolls to get you back to the shore. Are you guys rushing, or are you taking as long as you need to get to the shore? I think if you're taking as long as you need, there's going to be no rolls, but it'll take you, 2 hours in order to get back to the shore. If you're willing to risk it, then you'll be able to hustle along and get back in probably half an hour. What do you think?
I'm up for risking it, but I'll leave the decision to Trog. He's the one at most to no.
I mean, Trog will risk it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Need to catch him up.
Okay. Then, Vaz, you are in the lead. Why don't you give us an athletics check, please?
Athletics.
Did I give you guys a hero point at 8:30?
Did not.
No,
Everyone gets a hero point.
I need it. I need it.
Come along.
Nice. That's a crit. You'll be able to grant +1 to someone else's roll.
Give it to Trog.
Frog, you're up next. Athletics +1. Remember, don't put the plus sign in.
Yeah.
Want a hero point that?
Yep, I guess
It's a
so.
fail, not a crit fail.
What does a failed do?
And Trog, you should be at 13 hit points right now.
What does it say?
Because you got 12 hit points right now. You guys all slept overnight, so you should all have one more.
We slept. Yeah.
You should have one more hit point.
Yeah. Okay.
Although with Remy's healing thing, if he had done that, you guys can all put yourself at full. Oh,
Nice.
Trog. Nice. You're likewise granting +1 to Remy's roll. So all of you guys can put yourself down at full hit points.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Remy, go ahead.
Please don't fail me now.
That means we're about to be in a fight.
All right, so you are partway across, and you, you have one more. No one has slept whatsoever. It's almost as if you're getting used to scrambling across these wet rocks. Last batch of rolls. Vaz, go ahead and give us an athletics check, please. Beautiful. Another crit. So that'll be +1 to Trog's roll. Go ahead, Trog.
Gosh.
The pressure.
Oh!
Did you already spend your hero point?
Yeah, that's how I
Even
succeeded.
All right, so Trog, give us a reflexes save, please.
Okay, reflexes. Where's reflexes? Oh, there it is. Well, that's at least the one I'm middle good at.
Okay.
Hey!
There you go. All right, so then, oh shit. But you do take 6 points of damage from slipping and falling and cracking your noggin on some of the stones, but you're not like swept away. You're not in the water. It's just a bad slip.
Okay.
Remy.
Okay, could I pick Trog up and try to like
Trog's ahead of you.
across?
Trog's gone. He would have suffered that injury while he's
I
moving.
made it, but
he made
just
it. Okay.
Injured. Yeah.
Okay, well I'll hop over and see if he's okay. Trog, are you right?
barely make it, Remy. But you guys are getting, like, as you're making your way along, because of the beautiful day, you got quite a bit of visibility, and it's when you're about maybe an eighth of a mile off from shore. Is Vaz? You're the one who spots it first, standing on shore, almost as if it is keeping an eye out for you. There is an enormous elk.
An elk? Well, that's better than an owlbear.
Stops, it looks up and looks over. You may recall that one of you guys had seen an elk when you were at Fort Serenko.
Yeah, that was
Drowinius pointed it out.
He had mentioned it too. Drowinius, I think, also gave the insight that the elk is seen as one of the symbols for the god Erastil, god of hearth and community.
You just standing there watching us?
You're about it's an eighth of a mile off. Vaz is the one who sees it as you guys are kind of scrambling to catch up to her. Vaz, do you do anything, or just carry on? It seems to move its great big head up, and it's looking at you from a distance off. Big black eyes, huge panoply of antlers.
On the basis of what Drowinius said, I'll give it a bow and see and keep an eye on it.
Okay. It stops. Its head moves. It's moved up, standing as regal as you could possibly imagine it. Moves its head off in a westerly direction. And you see it snorts as whatever water, it had its snout down in the water drinking, kind of blows that away. And then it looks back at you. It turns and then bounds off towards the scrub forest that is a little further back away from the bank. And soon it will be gone.
West is the way.
If you guys continue on, you're able to make it to
We've
the
got some
shore
help.
with no difficulty. You can't see big fresh tracks, Vaz, just because I imagine you can't help but look. The nearest and most fresh tracks are those big elk prints that are in there. But why don't you give us a survival check as well?
Ooh.
Want to hear about
Let's
that?
give it another go. Yeah, let's give it another one. I think it'll be a 4 this time.
How about a nat
No,
1?
it's a 5. I couldn't do a 5. A 4.
Okay. In which case, you're on the shore, and then, John, just give us a
Yes.
D20 roll once again, please.
Feeling pressure here, guys. Hey, that one.
Aren't we doing well? A 2, a 1, and a 1.
Doing amazing.
Roll 20.
Give us another D20 roll, please.
14.
14. Okay, thank you. Oh, actually, what you see, not far from the shore. Let me see if I've got a battle mat set up, so I can give you the tactical layout in the event that you wish to get in a scrap.
Yes.
We're in danger.
Has there been a time where that has not been true? I guess when you're hanging... Oh, this is neat. Good to use the... Now, that is kind of nifty. The slider? I like. Oh, that's neat. There's the new thing. There's a slider. You slide to zoom in, zoom out. On Roll20.
I switched to the new thing. It's so smooth.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, nifty. However, I don't really have a... I can't quite get it to... Come on. There we go. Never mind. I stand corrected. I can. Let me grab your tokens, guys, and I'll bring you over to... I think we'll do this Theater of the Mind. So this is, you may recall... Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was a little skeptical. I like this new layout quite a bit. There's lots of things that are really nice. I do understand that they apparently stole the layout from some other VTT, but you know, standing on the shoulders and all that, I don't mind.
Repurposed.
Oh, that is neat too. There's a ping, there's a with a right click, they change what you can do with it. You know the shift click that I always used to sort of center the thing? That's a focused ping now. With a right click, you can access that. And the paste is on the same thing too. That is pretty cool. I think it might be only the DM who can do that. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Check that out, eh? Pretty cool. They might have been bitching about Roll20 the last couple of weeks with their camera screw-ups and stuff like that. What a pleasant surprise this stuff is. So, what you see, guys, coming out, and Vaz... Oh, Vaz, again, you should be at full hit points.
I thought I was. Ah, that's weird.
Did you change your token to be 27 or 21?
Yeah, thought I was, but
There you go.
there I go.
Okay. All right, so as you step out, here's what you see, guys. Waiting for you. Now, hold on. Did they...
Oh.
Oh, did I fix the... Can you guys see the numbers on that or no?
Nope, just the bar.
Fuck yeah, look at that. I can be taught. Attaboy, Madison. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. I like it. Okay. What you can hear first, Vaz, is... Well, actually, you can't... You rolled a crit fail, so you're not going to hear this. Unfortunately, you will see this. Now, that one, hold on. Can you see that one? Is that? No?
No bar.
Bar. Let's see here. Let's try this here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. See, visible into editors. How about now, guys? Can you see just a
Yep.
bar
See
but
it
no
now.
numbers?
See the bar. Yep.
That. Oh, do this here. Represents wolf. A default token. Slowly, I'm getting a Todd here. Look at that. Putting together our panoply of scary shit. So, this is what you find coming out before there are 3 of these bandit types that you have seen before. Rough sorts. They've got, you know, they have the look of people. There's, let's say, 2 humans, and there's probably 1 half elf. Dirt and shit that just cakes up from traveling for too long. Their hair is stringy and stuck against their head. But what sets these ones apart from the others is there is a large, looks like tamed wolf that is with them. And they step out, and because we have made the shift towards old school in this, James is going to run some OSE, so let's give you a little flavor of the old school.
He binned the OSE.
Let's show you what you're missing here. James, why don't you give us a 2d10 roll, please? Okay. It seems as if these fellows have been waiting. There is one standing with his wolf who sniffs at the ground, and there are 2 others who are, he's a little further forward, the guy with the wolf. The other 2 are back and carrying, I believe, bows. Let me double check. Oh man, you know, this is, I don't doubt it's a difficult task to put together a big thing like this, but there's at least one point where it'll be like, look for the stats on this page, and you go to that page and it redirects you to a different page where the actual stats are.
Oh,
Why did you not? It's a very little thing for a very, very big book, but like, how is that not caught? Yes, 2 of them are carrying short bows, and the way that they've come out here, Vaz, just has the look of people who have been waiting for something. And the guy who is standing with the wolf says to you, "Now, where are you 3 coming from?" Let me make a quick roll. Yeah. He looks at you, Vaz. He points and says, "Stag Lord's been looking for you, fella." Let's have...
Bella, I'm a lady.
Is that what you say back? Why doesn't everyone
If you think I'm a fella, then you're looking for the wrong person.
Give us a diplomacy check, please, Vaz. He stops and he looks back at the others, looks back at you.
Are you confused with someone else? Can I help?
Why don't you get your sword out? Get that sword out now.
All right, I'll pull out my dueling sword.
Okay. And just turn it around. The hilt.
There you are. It's a regular Aldori sword.
He looks back at the others. Wasn't there supposed to be a stone in there? The others like, I think there's a stone. Maybe it's broken? You make another. Okay.
These poor guys.
He uses magic. He could have disguised it. And he could have disguised himself. I don't think those tents are real. And the other one looks back.
They're not real. You're still getting on them.
They look back and forth at one another. And the other one says, whether he is him or he isn't him, looks like they got some stuff. And we make a... Trog, would you give us a D20 roll? See if anyone recognizes you. It's pretty good. Your reputation's not quite good enough to be recognized yet. So then the two of them are about 30 feet back with the arrow, the archers. The one is about 15 feet away from you where he is standing with his wolf, which seems terrifying. He says, well, whether you are, you aren't him. Put down all your weapons. And then we'll sort out who's who. You guys have an opportunity to look at one another. How do you intend to respond?
I look at the other two, and I shrug slowly and make a display of drawing out my sword as though I'm going to lay it on the ground, but I don't drop it.
Okay. So you draw the sword and you're going to put it down and then ready it into a...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vaz, you have a sword in your hand right now. What do you wish to...
Yeah, I'll put the sword down and then reach for my glaive.
So glaive is...
I'll pick up my glaive.
Well, your glaive is still stored, right? Like
Yep.
you've just stepped off of the
Okay.
of the river, found all this stuff. Then that
So
one
I'll
is why this thing was triggered, right?
So I'll put the sword down.
Okay, so you put the sword down, and then you spy up to your left, and you realize that it seems as if Remy has no intention of surrendering. So why don't we? I'll roll initiative for the bandits and the wolves. Why don't you each click on your token, and then go ahead and click on the initiative. Now we'll take our mid-session
Remember, lads,
break.
press the initiative, not the perception.
Yes, click on your token, then click on initiative, and you'll be off to the races. Oh, it's terrible for them. Their rolls, incidentally, I had now 3 nat 1s out of the past 4 rolls.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Yeah, they did not recognize who you were. Hey, look at that drug. Yeah, they were. That's part of the reason they're so fucking thick as a plank, types, because it's like terrible for their perception checks. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty dismal.
Well, how's that feel? That was one of my nat ones too. All right, so then, guys, we'll take our mid-session break right now, and then we'll come back and see what happens next. And I'll put him. What I'll do is I'll put these guys in the back, put him a little further up here, and then we'll see what happens next. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Where is that? Oh, there it is.
Ooh. That wolf looks scary.
Yeah.
Burn it to a crisp, would you?
I can try.
I really hope this hungry blade dude's reasonable.
Didn't seem very reasonable so far.
We just want the sword, man.
He likes his sword.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe instead of fighting these guys... I don't know that we have a choice. I was just gonna say, maybe instead of fighting them, we should be telling them we know where this guy is they're looking for.
Yeah, but they're planning on robbing us anyway, so...
That is true.
All right. So, oh, James, if you are back, your camera's off. Ah, there you go. Perfect. All right. So then, Trog, you are up first. 3 actions. You're up, again, all of you guys, you can picture, you're just on the on the bank of the shore. Vaz was just looking at these markings on the ground, trying to see if there's any other tracks in the mud, and that's when these guys had stepped out and demanded his surrender. Trog, what are you doing?
I just want to check the range on my spell, on my signature spell.
Oh,
yeah, 120 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna toss some dang elemental fire
Okay.
at this here wolf.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Nice. That's actually a crit.
Yeah.
So go. So that
flicks a fire, a chunk
unfortunately
of
it's the
fire
same.
out of.
Should go in and change it so that everybody's you always roll the crit. It fucking sucks when you guys your regular damage roll is either the same or higher than your crit roll.
Oh, like change it so we can roll it after to make it more exciting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because this is you've only rolled 6 damage regardless. Yeah. Okay. So then, you know what I'll do? Fuck it. We'll take your the damage you rolled and we'll double that for now. So that'll be 12 points of damage from this. And does it catch fire? Does not. All right. So that was only one action.
no.
You still have 2 more actions. What would you like to do?
Oh, that spell's only one action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fast one. I'm gonna move a little closer.
Okay. How close? They're only about, like, the wolf and his handler are only about 15 feet away.
Oh, okay.
The others
I'm
are
kind
about
of just
30.
right. I was trying to kind of basically move to give Remy a better path. So
Oh, sure.
yeah,
So you're, like, moving perpendicular.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so that'd be one action to move, so one more action.
What do you call out to them? He'd say like something like "Flee, fools!"
Okay.
as he
Nice.
throws
Yeah,
his
give us an
fire.
intimidation check.
Yeah, because they don't seem too smart, so maybe they will be scared. What a bad roll.
It was 9 o'clock my time. Everyone gets a hero point.
And I blow it instantly to re-roll my intimidation. I have not actually had a hero point the whole session. Oh, and it's worse. Oh, boo earns.
All right, then it is wolf time. That wolf is not scared, and it is going to...
It's hungry.
Now I've got both Pet Shop Boys and Duran Duran in my head. So this will charge directly forward towards you, Trog. And yeah, I got 35 movement. I think between the distance and the distance you can move, it probably can reach you in this single move. And then it will try and bite you.
Oh no, that is not a good thing.
Once again, holy shit. I apparently left my luck in Winnipeg. That's another nat 1.
Thank God, I don't have any AC.
And then it will follow up with its second or final action will be another bite. That is only an 11. I take it that doesn't hit.
No, actually, that does not hit me. Amazingly.
Okay, so you're able to keep the wolf away from you. Then it is Vaz's turn. Vaz, what are you doing?
I will unlimber my glaive.
So I'm assuming it's secured in such a way that so it wouldn't come free if you fell in the river. So I think you could give us an athletics check to just try and rip it from whatever way you secured it, or you could probably take. You could do a thievery check to try and like very quickly kind of get all the bindings out, or you could just take, let's say, 1d6 actions to untie it normally.
Try and pull it.
Rip it off.
Oh yeah,
Like a band-aid.
a single action. It's so the twine or whatever else you use to secure it. That's all fucking ruined right now. But a single action to get it off, and we'll let you ready that at the same time. 2 more
Like
actions.
goblin yarn.
How close is this wolf?
The wolf, Trog moved to the side, so it's probably 15 feet. You would, in order to get to it, you need to spend a move action.
Right. So I will move and smack.
Go right ahead.
Come on.
Nat 1.
Let's re-roll that.
Okay.
That one's Plagueis.
Yeah,
Plagueis.
it's going around. That is a hit, but not a crit. So it is
6 damage.
There we go. All right. Then it is Remy's turn. We need Remy 3 actions.
Alrighty. Let's just go ahead and give us a bonus. Oh, sorry, wrong click. I'm gonna inspire courage.
Okay.
Just start singing a dirge for the bandits that dare to attack the wielder of the hungering blade. And then I'm gonna toss a phase bolt at the wolf.
Okay. That is actually a miss.
I will spend a hero point
Yeah.
because I have so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try that again.
You actually have your max from Salt Lake Savage World, so we can keep stacking them up too.
There
That
we
is
go.
a hit, but not a crit. So 6 points of damage. That is enough to take it down.
That's it for
The
me.
bandit yells out, "No!" And then he will charge in on you, Remy. And he is going to try and hit you with his axe. Hey. And Ooga. 18, is that a hit?
That is exactly what you need to hit.
Oh.
And you take that is 5 points of damage.
Ow.
And he has a follow-up. The second one, I don't think that's you said 18 is what I needed to hit?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a miss. And then the archers are going to unleash. Vaz, you are obviously the scariest target here. So let's see here.
They're
Ooh,
about to find out.
let's see. Does a 24 hit you?
That's a hit.
That's a hit. All right. That is 5 points of damage on you.
Oof.
And then their second volley. I don't think either of those hits does. A 13 doesn't hit you, right?
No.
Okay. And their final one. Nope. All right. So that is it for the Banditos. Trog, you're up next. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast. Where is it? Produce flame.
Okay.
The one that is. Oh,
You're catching.
nice.
Ooh, and which are you targeting? The one that's fighting Remy or one of the
Yeah,
ones?
the one that's attacking that hit Remy.
Okay, so you turn. After that, wolf gets knocked down. So that is a hit. Hit, not a crit. And they don't get a save, right? Yeah, no save. Okay. 6 points of damage. Look at this.
Ooh.
Ah! He's almost completely consumed when that fire hits him. You still have one more action, Trog. What would you like to do?
He's just gonna yell out, "I warned you!"
Clearly, this was a good career decision by these guys.
Go ahead and give us an intimidation check.
He's trying to give them a chance to run. The chickens they are. I'm actually good at intimidation. There
Yeah, I
we
think
go.
at this point you're actually like, as you're kind of screaming at them, your teeth are almost glowing molten, and your eyes have fire coming out of them as you're like, "I want you!" So that was a lot scarier. Vaz, what are you doing?
All right. I will charge these bowmen. How far away are they?
They are 30 feet away from you.
All right. Well, I will take one move then.
Okay.
Then, given my range, that's easy. I will.
Well, hold on. Your range, you can attack 5 feet away. You're not going to be able to get to them in one move. Is the long and the short. What's your speed? Is it 25 or 20?
25. Yeah.
Oh, 25. Sorry, I'm thinking of 5th edition. Yep. Yeah. And yes, you can reach them.
And then with my glaive's reach, I can get out and I will do my... What's it called again? Pardon me. My exacting strike.
Yeah, go right
on
ahead.
the first guy.
That is a crit. Go ahead and roll crit damage.
Vaz with their crits.
Wow. Oh, it's the... There we go. And they were on a 3. All right, what's it look like as you take this first one down?
Right, first one right down. Between the head and the shoulder, and then get him good slash through there and rip out the blade again afterwards.
Yeah.
So he just collapsed like a sack of potatoes.
Nice. And Remy has 2 actions, right?
Remy's
That's one
the-
action.
Exacting strike
That's
is
a
only
single.
1?
Yeah, that's its advantage. All it does is that. Well, let me click on it.
Oh, I'm confused.
means
What's the
that
other
I-
one that you've got? I thought you had one that was a 2 action strike.
Well, no, this is all back when I got it wrong. I thought it was 2, and then it
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
That's the whole point. Because
Got
you
it.
don't. You can do a second strike without a penalty.
Got it. Okay, so yes, yeah, you one more action then. What would you like to do?
I will turn to the other one and take another swing. Oh no, sorry, cancel that. Can I reach him?
Oh,
or
but that's
is
only
he...
on a fail. It doesn't count as a multi-attack.
Yes, exactly.
Right, right. Okay, so yes. So yeah, you can reach the other guy. They're pretty much next to each other. That is a miss. You want to hero point that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll do a trog and go for a nothing.
That is a hit, and that is enough to grievously wound this guy. Remy, you're up next.
All
What
right,
are you doing?
One action, I will keep my Inspire Courage going.
Hey, did your inspire
and,
give plus to hit or plus to damage?
let me click on it real quick. It's +1 to hit
Attack
and
rolls,
damage.
damage rolls, and saves. Oh, okay, so damage rolls too, which I don't think you included in yours, Vaz.
No.
So that is enough to kill him.
Ooh, double strike.
Yeah, we'll carry through with your
Extra
back.
points.
All right, Remy, you have this guy engaged with you. What are you doing?
Keep that going, and then I will flourish my sword and try to slice him and dice him.
Okay. And I know we've gone through this before, and I just don't remember. There's no interrupting spells, right? In PF2.
There's attacks of opportunities towards it, and there are some critical hits that can interrupt the action that provoked
Okay,
it.
got it. So it's not, but otherwise,
So-
no. All right, so that is enough. What's it look like as you take this guy down?
So he like hits him with the axe, and the Remy just keeps the song going and twists the blade around and just stabs him right in the heart, and then pulls the blade out.
Okay. He slumps down dead, and you guys stop for a moment to look around, and it seems you have dispatched all of your adversaries.
Should have picked another line of work, my friend. Shame a dog had to die.
It may not surprise you to learn that each of these has an amulet of the Stag Lord on them.
Yep.
Yeah, let's keep our collection going. That might help us to
Two.
show.
3 more amulets of the Stag Lord.
That makes 16 of them.
John, give us a 3d8 roll, please. That is 15 silver pieces as well.
Hey.
I don't think anything else is of value on them that you want to take with you. So, it is probably into our second phase of the day right now. So, Vaz, having defeated your adversaries here, would you like to try and take another look at the bank is kind of messed up now with the wolf coming in and with the others in here. Would you like to take a second look?
Yep, let's have another look on this one. Let's see if those step over the blood, and let's see what else there is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but between the you guys racing around one way to take these bandits on and them running in, it's hard to tell where your tracks are or where others are. There's a bit of a marking in here too, which might have been the owl bear, but that's got to be like a day old at least.
Trog will call out, just sort of in a loud speaking voice. If you're watching, can't you see? We're not here. We're not your enemy.
And give us a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy. Oh, come on, roll 20.
Go on, use your hero point.
What hero point?
What would you guys like to do next then? You still have another half days of travel. Take a look over here.
I could spend 20 minutes getting me and Trog and Vaz back up to health.
Do you
Or
want to
30
do that?
minutes and get my focus point back as well. You guys want to take half an hour break and just get healed up?
Yeah, it's probably worth it.
Anyone here trained in medicine?
No.
Yes. Yes,
Oh, so Vaz could
Yes.
actually try and do first aid as well.
that's a good point. Duh.
Okay.
So let me get out the bandages. Come on, you two. Sit down here in a row.
Who would you like to treat first?
Let's do
Trog is more
Trog's
badly
worst
injured.
hit. Yeah, Trog's worst hit. So
Yeah, while she treats Trog, I could heal myself. So
Okay.
we'll do
There you
him
go.
healing.
All right, so you're gonna fast healing 2 for 8. So you get 8 hit points back. So you're gonna be fully healed up, Remy. Vaz, give us. I think it's 1d8, isn't it? Or is it 2d8 for treating wounds?
If she succeeds, it's
2d8.
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 Yeah.
it's 2d8.
Nice, Trog, you're back up to full.
Amazing.
And
There
then,
you are.
well, Remy, you're over your total right now. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was correcting that.
Then, so that would only take 10 minutes. Remy, perhaps after that, you could cast your focus point or your focus spell on Vaz.
Yep, I'll do that again.
Okay. So Vaz, you'll be topped up as well. And then
Woohoo. Thank you.
you want to take another 10 minutes and try and recover it?
It's if they're up for it, yeah.
Okay. So you guys
Okay.
will be topped up. Let me just see if anything.
We'll spend 30 minutes, I think.
So it is
Yeah,
unfortunately during that break. Trog and Vaz, you would, while Remy is playing a ditty and refocusing his energy, perhaps he's working on a composition. Vaz and Trog, would you each give us a perception check?
Yeah. I can be focused too, is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I have to do perception first. Next. Oh, there it is.
Okay. So, Vaz, what this, I'm choosing to interpret this as is how soon you guys are able to react. So it's going to set the difficulty for what you choose to do next. You hear someone, Vaz, speaking. I swear I heard it over here. There's some kind of explosion. Did you hear that scream? It's got to be trouble. You can't hear how many, but it's at least 3 people are coming in your direction, and it sounds like they might be, yeah. Unless you're just incredibly unlucky, and there's a whole random bit of other folks who are coming to arrive here. Remember the size of the group that you came across before? If they've set up here, what you may have taken out here was the like the lookout party.
Okay. So I'll just turn to Remy. Let's go now, quick. And let's
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you're not going to get your focus point back because you're.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can try and get away here. So would you guys like to try and hide then? Or what are you going to try and do here? Are you trying to outpace the whoever's here?
Yeah, let's outpace.
Running sounds great.
So here's
For
what I think
you
I'm going to do.
guys.
I don't like the idea of like trying to roll for half successes seems, I don't know, like it just means that we're fairly certain that Frog's going to fail. What I think we'll do is we'll take the middle roll. So for the three of you, you're going to make your roll. Is it athletics? You're going to try just to outpace these guys rather than trying to hide, or do you want to try and stealth? Whatever group roll you're going to make here using all the same things, we'll just use the middle score of whatever you roll as the one that they're going to need.
Like the average?
Not the average, the middle roll, the median.
Oh,
Median. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm better at athletics than I am sneak.
Same. Massively better
You guys want to try and leg it?
on athletics.
Yeah.
Yep, let's leg it.
Let's run away.
Go ahead. Everyone give us an athletics check, and everyone gets a hero point.
Brave, Sir Robin.
Okay. Oh, Vaz, that's fucking terrible.
Hey!
All right, so 15 is the middle roll right now. Vaz, you want to try and re-roll, try and bump up that middle?
Yeah, why not?
Can only get better at this point.
Although if we're in a fight, I probably... There we go.
19. Okay, so 19 is your middle bonus. So, Trog, you actually have a hero point right now. I don't want to shock you.
Oh, that's right. I didn't spend it. I just assumed that I would spend it.
All right, so you guys turn and start racing down the bank to the west, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So then these guys come out. Let me make a perception check for them. Okay. So they get out and they're finding, hey, what's here? And you can hear them muttering. I think we're going to get in a bit of a chase here, guys.
Nice.
So what we're going to be doing is how we're going to model this. Let's see. Oh, my chase deck. I can actually use my chase deck. Guys, how exciting is this? Let me grab my chase deck. Hold on. It's up there. Whoop. All right. Justifying purchases left and right. Love it. All right. Here we go. Come on. Out you come. Out you come. Just the chase one. Yes, chase cards. Love it. All righty. So. Here's what we're going to do. Running a chase. Oof, this is very small print.
Yeah, that's the problem I find with those kinds of decks nowadays, that I'm getting old. The words are very small.
Give a try to those reading glasses now, because like this print, it was not a problem when I purchased this deck, but it's a lot smaller now.
So
all right,
I
here we
got
go.
that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, James.
I got the full-sized PF2 book because I'm fed up with the small one.
Yes.
Just in time for them to change rule sets, eh?
Yeah, so well, it's fourth printing, so
Well, and there's stuff that's in there that will not be in the new printing, so I think there's still value in there's value in just picking them up if you choose to.
yeah, I'm a bit of a. I get fed up with I get fed up with new things, so I'll probably keep running the. I'll keep running the fourth printing for a while, because then I don't need to adjust anything for the new set. It's a drag for something like the One Ring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different editions, and
Yeah, agreed. Okay,
you
so
can fix it, but it's a pain.
so that stuff does not need to go because that is underground. Ooh, this stuff all looks good. There we go. And that's generic. sleeping beast. We're going to keep that one in the deck. Slippery scramble. Keep that in there too. Shaky ground. Water. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, guys. Is we are going to. It's definitely in the town. And okay. I'm going to set out things. If we're doing this in person, we set them out and you can clearly see what paths there are, but I'll to sort of narratively set up what your options are for your run right now. So because you guys got one success but not a crit on this, you guys have 1 chase point lead over your pursuers. The pursuers, incidentally, are 10 of those bandits. Doesn't look like there's any wolves among them. All right, I'm just reading the ending of chase.
Do I know if that's common for them to have wolves?
Very uncommon.
Even less common now.
Yes, true.
Oh, okay. Ah, here we go. Okay. All right. So let's see here, guys. You are the ones who are setting the pace for this chase. So you guys will go before your enemies, and then I'll roll for them afterwards. So you picture you're scrambling along the beach. This is that sweeping drone shot of you guys racing along as we see you running along the bank, and we go back and see this horde of bandits running behind you, trying to catch up. Let's see what options you've got here. So the two options are you can hear off in one direction to the left, like to get away from the bank in. Apparently all the sound has woken something up. Oh, the owlbear is in one direction that you can try and deal with, in that which case you could try and sneak past it, or you can try and entice it with food, or you can continue on down here and slog your way through some mud. The owl bear is likely to be like nature and stealth to try and get past the thing, but it is less chase points that are required to get past it. The deep mud is athletics or perception to try and find a clear path or to try and make your way past it. What are you thinking?
I think let's try and give food for the owl bear, and then maybe it'll deal with the bandits. If we get stuck in the mud, the archers will come after us.
Okay. So which this one, each of you guys gets an opportunity to make a skill check to try and contribute towards getting past this obstacle. So as you peel away from the bank and race into this sort of the scrub trees that you can see on the illustration there, who would like to make the first roll? Nature to try and get this thing to not attack you, or to try and direct back on the enemies. Stealth to try and sneak past it, or you have another skill you want to try and use.
Yeah, I'll go ferret. Stop, I guess. Ferret in my backpack for something suitable. Probably some stinky crab that we'll have left.
To do what?
That'll be good. And then to head towards the owlbear and then toss the food off. Well, I'm going to try and use my nature to try and figure out how would I lure the owlbear towards the bandits.
Yeah, love it. Go ahead and give us a nature check, please.
This is when I wish I had a hero.
Just checking the difficulty here. Hold on. Okay.
Greater than that. That's annoying.
Okay.
I don't think nature is our forte.
Ooh, that is however, it is did you guys get your hero point at 9:30? I don't think so, right?
I
you
did.
did. Yeah, you did. I think Vaz must have used it right away. All right, so unfortunately, Vaz, you toss the food aside. That does not seem to. I think maybe you squeeze it too hard, and you've got this delicious smell. You can't see the owlbear yet. If you see the owlbear, you're in fucking trouble. But you squeeze it and try and toss it off. Now your hand stinks as much of what crab as whatever you just toss behind is. Who would like to go next? Remy or Trog?
Trog is gonna try and sneak past this thing because he does not want to encounter it.
Go right ahead. Sneaking is a DC 15. Oh, look at that. 1 chase point down. Only
Nice.
2 more remain. Remy?
Remy's going to try his hand at sneaking as well.
Okay.
He's not that good at it, though. Ooh.
That's 1. You're only 1 shy right now. Now, these guys, they are all going to try, having heard that thing, they're going to try and sneak. Actually, they got to catch up to you first, so they just need to get athletics checks down. Those are both fails. It's going to take them a little bit. They're still one back from you. So then it is back to your turn, guys. You still have an angry owlbear in here. You don't necessarily need to go all in the same order, but when you finish up with this obstacle and you go on to the next one, the other 2 who don't make a roll first will be the ones who make the next skill checks. So what are you thinking here? And again,
Right.
you got
Okay.
a suggestion for something else you guys want to try? Let me tell you what's up ahead. Maybe in this, that might just make your decision a little easier. Here we go. So the 2 things ahead. Whew. Neither of these are pretty easy. One of them is a pretty. You've gone inland, and it seems that the bank of the river has gone up a little bit here. So there's a bit of a cliff that you can kind of scramble down to get back down to the river and then continue on, or you can try and scramble up an incline, but it's pretty muddy to make your way up there. It's same skills really, athletics and survival, but the slippery scramble is a lot easier than the cliff.
I'm not good at either of those. So I could, not that I'm great at stealth or nature, but I have at least a bonus to those skills.
Yeah, Trog go first. Trog go first.
Go first.
Yeah, sure. I will. This time, I'm going to continue with my stealth.
Okay.
I'm feeling lucky.
Come on.
Really lucky. Roll 20. No.
Now you're gonna point that?
Yes. I had one for a little while. Come on.
Let's see if it charged up its power.
Yes!
It did! Nice! You guys are past your first obstacle. Then, Vaz or Remy, are you guys heading towards that cliff, or are you guys heading towards the scramble?
So the scrambling's easier, right?
Scrambling's a little easier, yeah.
I say we go up and get the high point advantage.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Then, Vaz or Remy, would you like to make a survival check or an athletics? The survival check's actually a little easier. It's taking a moment to try and devise a way of getting hold of things. Athletics is just scrambling up it.
Is it much easier with survival?
Sorry?
Is it much easier with survival?
Marginally.
What do you think then, Remy?
Well, I'm going to scramble up it, so if you can pick a way up, it's easier. Maybe we can point that out to Trog.
That's a good idea.
And the
Then I
marginally
can maybe
easier
help
also
him
means
with it.
more likely to get a crit, which is 2 chase points instead of 1.
Okay, so I'll go with survival.
Okay. You're hero points. Vaz, you're focusing too long on trying to get a way up, and Remy's like, come on, go, 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 go.
And the Remy just takes it in his hand and starts to scramble up, just, digging his fist into the mud and pulling himself up.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, 1 success. You have 3 more. If you guys are able to get past this obstacle and have 1 buffer obstacle between them, you guys escape. Let me make my rolls for your pursuers here. 2, they're up to the owl bear. No, I'm one shy of it still, but they're almost up to the owl bear. And they've almost covered all the distance to get up to there. Back to you guys again. Who would like to make the first roll? You need 2, 3
Could
more.
I forgo my action and toss a rope down to those 2 and help them up?
Yeah, that would be an 8 another.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. So go ahead and give us a whichever skill you want. Honestly, it doesn't really benefit anyone for you to skip your turn.
Oh, okay.
Mechanically, you might as well just make a roll, and we'll just narratively say whether that was helpful
it's
or
like
not.
the same
Okay.
idea, but you're like
Okay,
throwing
and
a
I've got
rope.
hero points to burn, so if this isn't good...
Yep.
Oh, it's good enough.
Oh man, that's a near crit. So then that is another success. You guys have 2 chase points for this one. Vaz or Trog, what would you like to do?
I'll try. Oh,
Survival or athletics?
right?
Survival
Yeah.
is an easier one. If you suck at both of those, survival is the easier one to make.
And survival's the one that I actually have training in.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm not good. I am not a skill monkey. I'll tell you that.
Sorcerers really are.
Yes! Success! Look at that. 3.
Amazing.
So Trog is looking up here, and Vaz, he sees what you were trying to, picture together. Like, come on, up here, this way. And he's taking a bit of a indirect route up this scramble. Vaz, you want to do survival once again? Oh! No! That would have been a success with survival. Oh, so that is unfortunate. All right, then it is the Banditos. They need one more success to
Come on,
make up the
Albert, eat
distance.
them.
They've made the success. They're at the Owlbear. They are 1 behind you right now, guys. Then they need, oh boy, they need a stealth past this thing. Not great. They are not making any progress through that. So that still leaves it to you guys. We need 1 more success on this. The next leg, let's shuffle it up here, is. Whoa. Okay. That one actually doesn't make sense. Let's see the next one. Add that. Whoa. All right. So guys, 2 choices. One is as you get to the top, you realize that there is a little bit of a someone clearly makes use of this river or has abandoned an old bridge. The road may have been closer to the river at some point. There is a busted old bridge that you can try and make your way across. This is an acrobatics and either crafting or survival to try and stabilize this wacky shacky. The other option is to head down into this pretty wild patch of forest and try and make your way through there. That's perception and survival are the defaults for that one.
Take my chances with the bridge. What you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow you.
The bridge?
Yep.
Okay. So then the reason, if that's where you're going, then the question is who is making the last check for the scramble?
I would...
Acrobatics and either crafting or survival are the defaults for the bridge. So, and right now you need an athletics or survival.
I've got hero points to burn. I'll do the last check for the cliff.
Yeah, I'll do athletics and just try and be
Okay.
more successful.
But we only need 1 success.
There you go.
Okay.
Success. You guys have passed the scramble. Now, acrobatics is easier, or crafting or survival to try and keep this thing stable. What are you guys thinking?
Ramirez is throwing caution to the wind and acrobatically dancing across the bridge, or
Okay.
hopefully to get over there.
Here we go. Come on. Oh!
Is it
Hero point?
enough?
That's not one on. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I got the wrong difficulty. Hold on. That actually
Okay.
might be. One sec. Yes, that is actually just barely enough. So 1 success on the bridge. Remy is starting to dance from one to the other. You can hear it creaking underneath. Trog, what are you doing?
I'm going acrobatics, something I'm actually good at
Okay.
for once.
Come on.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna roll good.
You're like, finally! And you nimbly jump over to the same bus kind of underneath. You're like, wow, shit! and hold yourself on. All right, so then let's see if these guys can get past the owl bear. They got 1 success. No, 2 successes. So they're beginning to make their way past the bear. You can hear them back at that thing hooting, trying to look for them, and you haven't heard the sound of it attacking yet. So is once again back to you guys. Who would like to make acrobatics, crafting, or survival? And again, if there's another skill that you feel like you might make sense in the scene, I'm open to pitches for that. So,
Right, with acrobatics then.
acrobatics, okay, go ahead, Vaz. It's a 14. You're trying to find a footing on here, and none of this shit seems to be sturdy enough to support a half-orc. Trog, Remy, what are you guys thinking? You have 2 successes, 1 success so far, because Trog failed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I feel like I should be able to do this.
Here we go. Come on.
Yes!
Oh! That is 2 successes. Trog is beginning, it's like, no, Vaz, this way. You guys are beginning to make your way across here. There's that dry ravine underneath you for where this thing crosses. Remy?
Going with acrobatics again. See if we can get
that
this last
crit.
success.
Come on. Let's see. Where's that green? Ow!
I will spend the hero point because 8 sucks. Come on.
No! It's even worse. Oh, man. All right. That means they may get closer. Let's see.
Maybe I can spend more hero points.
They are past the thing, and they're at the scramble. You can hear them behind you, the bottom of that hill leading up towards this bridge. They are beginning to come. They haven't started up it yet because I needed those 3 to get past. All right, then it is once again your turn, guys. If you can get past this, you will have put 2 obstacles between you and them, and you will be free.
I'll make the last acrobatics and see if we can just brute force it.
So you got 2 so far. Come on. Oh,
yes.
That is 1 off from a critical success. Does someone want to aid him with that? Make a roll against a DC 20 instead of making their skill roll?
Try to be the best at that.
I mean, it's the same as if we get a success, though.
It is, and it's also a lot harder. So I might be being a bit of a stinker here.
Yeah.
All right, so then you got 3 successes. You need 1 more. Who's making that roll?
I can go for it.
You go for it. Yep. Doing better than me.
That is just enough. So you guys get across the bridge. What do we see as you guys race off into the wilderness, leaving these pursuing bandits behind?
I'm thinking like the last bit was Trog leaping off and the bridge starts to creak and crack behind him and the half of it slumps down and they can't really follow us. And we just run in the distance as they're like shaking their fists at us.
Nice. So they get over and they find they're going to have to work their way around and they will not be able to get to you in time. So wonderful. All right.
You remember this the day as you almost caught Ramirez Serranos.
All right. So then, guys, what are you planning on doing next? You were looking for those tracks before. That was a little unsuccessful. You're having a chance. We're picturing you're making your way. Oh, you know what? Let's move over to the thing and see how many hexes you can move today, and also how you want to go about pursuing the Hungering Blade. Yeah, there we go. So what are you thinking, guys?
If it was me, as a law-abiding citizen, I'd want to go along the roads, but the bandits could be watching the roads, so who knows if he's taking the roads.
He'll probably keep off it for the same reason, right?
Yeah. Although he might take up with some caravan going out and travel with them and use them for cover. It's also a smart thing to do. I mean, it's not that good at tracking people down, so
I would guess with the stuff he'll try and keep off, because the bandits will just stop a caravan and search, I would guess. Whereas with his magics and all the rest of it, if he goes off country, that he'll be very hard to catch, including for us.
Yeah.
Shall we head within sight of the road, but maybe to the south? Then we cover the most. I mean, we'll lose him if he's on the north.
Yeah.
Do we move faster on the road, Kevin?
And just double checking here. I think you might. See here.
Good point. So maybe we head for this fort, this settlement, this fort.
Oh, this is plain though. So the plains.
Trading post, I think, over here somewhere.
Yeah, this only requires one travel activity. To you guys have one. Let's see here. One travel activity per day, which means you can travel one hex in a day. That seems not right. You guys had more? I thought you guys had more travel activities before.
No, I think that increases as our level or experience increases.
The speed? No, it doesn't.
The traveling activities.
Traveling activities?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that something early on when we first went over the map.
I don't think that's the case. It's if you're faster, you're able to do more things. That might have been a matter of like when you're talking about you guys getting mounts. But I'm just looking at the Game Mastery Guide here. There's group activities which are you have one per day. And you can get an extra travel activity for forced marching, as long as no one in the group is fatigued. And yeah, so you guys could get a full day ahead. I think you can, if what you're intending on doing is moving ahead of where this guy is, unless he is traveling on the road. I would assume you would travel faster on the road than you would bushwhacking.
Yeah,
it's not going to
I
be
think
substantially slower, but none of you guys are. Oh, Trog. No, Trog, you have a speed of 25, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you guys are all. No one's heavily armored or anything that's slowing them down.
Nope.
So you're good, yeah.
I mean, maybe we can get ahead of them, is what I was thinking if we go on the road.
Yeah. If we go to the trading post and then wait for him there.
Yeah, I'm just concerned is we're halfway through our month of travel, and what is going to take us 5 days to get there?
Yeah.
We're going to be
Then 5 days back, and then
cutting it close.
5 to get back to Brevoy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's traveling to there and back to where you guys are with, assuming no other disruptions. That is 13 days, which would put you at the
last day of. Unless we get like some horses and then like ride them.
So let me ask you this: what are you intending on doing when you come across him, or if you do?
We want to convince him to give us the sword. That's been the plan. I mean,
but yeah, why is he going to want to give us his sword? That's the trouble, I think.
Well, if he doesn't want
what do we
to,
offer
then
him in return?
we talked about offering like a safe haven in our future barony or something else, but he apparently wasn't reasonable towards Trog. So,
well, what did he say to you, Trog? And what did Trog say to him? I mean, like, you're saying he's being unreasonable. In what way?
well, Trog said he wasn't willing to give up the sword, right?
Did he actually say that?
I didn't say
I don't
that.
think he asked, did he?
Wait,
Well, no, I did say we came for your sword, and he said,
Oh, okay, my bad.
well, I think it's going to be harder to take than you think, or something like that.
Well, why would I want? I believe it was, why would I want to give up my sword?
Yeah, and then, I just kind of hinted that we would offer him protection, and he just said, "Why would I need that?" or something like that.
And that's when everyone woke up.
Yeah.
well, obviously, with all the bandits after him now, he might reconsider his options.
Why would I need protection? Well, I can think of a lot of them. They were chasing.
Well,
after
maybe he
us.
just figures he's been surviving out here for months on his own.
Yeah.
So what is the plan if you come across him then? Bearing in mind that he seems to be able to turn himself invisible as well. You try and cut him down before he does that, or do you have something else in mind?
Hopefully, we could catch him and set a trap for him. If not, then we might have to send Vaz at him.
He's probably quite capable, and also,
You know what? If you forced march, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only like 3 days. Let's just check about. Character can participate in forced march safely for a number of days equal to their Constitution modifier for a minimum of 1 days. What are your Constitution You have +1? Okay.
Yeah, I have +3. Hey, I'm tough.
This is where Remy will tank out after.
I'm 1 as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we're duelists. We're meant to look fancy and hit hard, but we don't take a hit very well.
So what it means is you could do a second day of forced march, but it would leave you fatigued. So it would mean that the day that you travel into would be 3 days of travel. You'd be arriving at the outpost with Vaz and Remy fatigued.
Feel like that's your guys' call on that.
He had to stop somewhere afterwards with rest, right? I mean, we could just get so far ahead of him that we just have to wait for him to get there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. When you
Get
said that
there
you
and
just
have
set
a good snooze.
you said it's about setting a trap for him. Like, where would you?
Yeah, we got to
conceivably do
locate
that?
him. So
Sorry.
we have to locate him. So that's the problem.
Well, I think the assumption would be to come into the trading post, right? Well, that's
Right, like if we could get there ahead of him, he wouldn't be expecting us.
so the trap would be sort of waiting in. Well, we'll need to see what the place looks like, but being there to be able to spot him as he comes in.
You think the trading post will
I'm
have
not
a
sure
horse?
about killing. Trying to hack him down. It doesn't seem a very honourable thing to do.
No, and that's why we had decided that we would try and parlay with him, but
Yep.
we never did come up with a good offer of anything that he would, we thought he might, or at least that Trog thought he would accept.
Could offer him a bunch of the loot that we have. Like, we've got quite a bit of those stag head amulets you could melt down for gold.
I mean, I think we talked about that, and the problem was that we figured that this sword is worth way more than
Well, yeah, but
anything we have.
this freedom might be worth more than that.
So, guys, the reason I made a mention of the influence rules from before was in part because you guys don't know this person yet.
Right.
And one of the ways that you can make use of those is if you engage in dialogue with them, you can make use of perception to do the action to try and figure out what their weakness is, what the insight is, what does he actually want.
Right.
That may give you some insight as to what interests him. That's also, incidentally, what is likely going to happen with every significant NPC that you encounter over the course of this campaign. Is that doing that, talking to these people, is a way of finding out what their interests are, and then you can play what your proposals are to those interests if you want to try and get him on your side.
Right. So we really need to find out what it is that he desires, or.
And the trouble was that when Trog tried to make that roll, but you were out of hero points and you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
And then the others woke up and they kind of ran over weapons drawn, and he fucked off.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a good idea with the weapons. So maybe if we just stayed asleep, it would work better.
Well, and in fairness, I think that was a perfectly reasonable response to the circumstances too. It's just the way kind of things played out. But that itself also probably tells you something. If he's not intent on engaging with you guys and is happy, like, fuck it, I'll fade in the background and I'll go elsewhere. Maybe that means that unless you can corner this guy, that fighting him may not be the, an ideal option.
Well,
yeah, I'm
if
not keen on fighting him anyway.
If we meet him at the trading post, it would be a public setting where we could engage and just talk with him. And he wouldn't have to worry about violence.
Yep.
Right.
And you said he was like a bandit leader of the area, right? And the Stag Lord forced him out. Maybe the people at the trading post have heard of him and know about him. So we could ask around and see if we can get bits about what we can leverage against him.
There's often bounties that are posted in these areas. There's been bounties on, there may be a poster of Trog there too. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean that only to confirm that, John. You're absolutely right. There may very well be bounties and information about him. Also, he's subject to the same travel rules you guys are. So when if he spent all last night moving and he's forced marching, he's going to get to a point where he's either going to tank himself out and he's going to slow down, or he's going to have to take a full day. Once you're fatigued, you can't force march anymore, and you need to spend a full day resting. He would be subject to those same travel restrictions.
Right. The only problem with catching him on the road is finding him at least for us, because none of us are very smart or good trackers.
Well, and that's where why I've been assuming you want to get to the fort, because that's the closest,
the logical place where we could sort of corner him. So yeah, I think we get to the fort. I think it's the right
Let's
play.
do that.
It's our last gambit. Like if we get there and we wait a couple days and he doesn't show up, we have to head home empty-handed because we have failed.
Yep, exactly.
So,
and if say we do fail and we can't get the sword, proving ourselves of like fighting, dozens of bandits with the amulets we have might be able to convince them to let us go into the manor.
It's not. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, let's do it.
And otherwise, we just stop the Kingmaker campaign there and then.
Yeah, no, just carry on. You guys watch everyone else become kingmakers.
No, we just go in there and take their kingdom. For the king takers.
All right, so you have one more. I'm trying to think how we're. Yeah, so we'll sort of abstract this. So you guys will be.
How many days do you have to rest to be not fatigued anymore?
No, not fatigued. 1 day. 1 day.
Oh, so if we force march twice to get there, and then you guys arrive fatigued, if we're ahead of him and he doesn't arrive the same day, you guys could have rested by the time he gets there. So I think it's worth it.
Yep, let's do that.
Okay. So then, let's make our encounters here. Let's see, where's my...
And we're on the road, so it'll just be nice people.
It'll be...
Yeah, hopefully.
It's hardly worth rolling.
Most definitely. Okay. Where are you here? Oh, you know what? I got it marked with mine. There we go. Navactus Crossing. That's the settlement that's a little further back.
Oh yeah, I remember that name now.
Okay.
Definitely think we should. When we leave Brevoy in the future, we should get horses.
I don't think you guys could afford horses before. To be
No, we
honest.
couldn't.
Yeah.
But like a lot of gold.
Yeah, you guys have made out pretty well here. It's gonna be interesting to see what you guys buy when you get back to. I mean, honestly, at the trading post actually has shit for sale too. When you get there, you could spend some of that cash you got.
Maybe trade out this wand of magic weapon for some fun stuff.
Or you have if you may be keeping those amulets for a backup plan to buy in, but let's see here.
Well, yeah, the bandits are probably worth bounties. We could probably get more than they're worth from a bounty.
Right, but you were saying that we might need them to prove that at least we were valuable while we were on this mission.
True. We'll worry about gold later.
Kings don't worry about gold.
This lake that's to the south of us in the mountain reaches, I swear every time I look at it, I'm like, that's a big dinosaur footprint, just filled with water.
Okay.
Down here.
Which? Oh yeah.
Going to meet that thing.
Guys, the rest of your day is uneventful.
Oh, shucks.
And you reach there without further incident. So, you want to make a set up camp?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's see.
we'll have to swap up our normal.
Yeah, it's okay. I can do the performance thing if he wants to tell a story.
No,
Whoever's got good survival.
my point was we have too many other things to do to just sit and tell stories.
Oh,
Not
So,
that I wouldn't do it.
Who
but
is making the? This is not something that's part of the camp activities, but who is making the survival roll for finding a safe place to camp?
I will if you want.
Sure.
Don't blame me though.
Okay.
Do I have a hero point?
Oh, it's
No.
10 o'clock. Yeah, we missed. You guys have a hero point? You want to blow
Okay,
it?
I'll try again.
Okay. Nat 20. All right. Critical success. You find the perfect spot for a camp. Flat checks to determine encounters are 2 higher. And the first hour spent performing camp activities does not incur the usual flat check for random encounters. So you guys have a great opportunity to, what do you call it? A great place for camping. Camp activities. Let's see here. So you're going to do one set of camp activities for free, guys. If you're taking a second set of camp activities, I am going to roll for random encounter. So do you want to do just one and call it a night, or do you want to risk a second?
say one and done. It's,
Yeah, I say
we want to get ahead of this guy, so the less
Okay.
we dilly-dally about.
So again, camouflage campsite, cook basic meals or special meals, or you could eat your travel rations if you don't want to do that.
Stay away from cooking. I'm marking down the 3 rations.
Organize a watch, which could, you need an expert in perception in order to do that. Tell
Do I
campfire
do
story.
that? Yep. So I'll organize a watch.
Okay.
Trog, do you want to camouflage the camp? It'll decrease our chance of getting.
I'm not trained in stealth,
Oh, neither am I.
which is why I've been telling stories, because I actually can't do any of these things very good. I can hunt and gather. That's
You can
it. But
cook.
I mean,
I think too, can't you? Cook a basic
survival.
meal is survival. I mean, it's a DC 22 survival check, but
yeah, I can provide aid. I can relax.
All I can do is like keep watch or do a performance thing. That's usually what I'm good at.
Okay, well, I'll organise a watch then. Let's see what happens there. 21.
21. That is a success. And actually, if... Hold on here. Oh, no. Okay. +1 to perception checks made during the shift on your watch. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Trog and Remy, do you have any camp actions you want to do?
What is the cooking roll again?
Cooking roll is a DC 22 survival unless you've got a cooking
DC
roll.
22. I have to roll a nat 20.
Well, the fail doesn't, I mean, like a fail means it fills their bellies but has no other option. It's a critical fail is where things get bad.
How about Trog? You tell us a story and I will try cooking. I have hero points to burn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the normal campfire story.
Okay, I want you to give us a performance check, DC 15.
Yes. See,
Nice.
This is what I'm good at.
Excellent. That is
Okay.
+1 status bonus for attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks during combat in the campsite.
Then Remy will like toss glances at Vaz as he's cooking food,
Okay.
hoping he doesn't burn anything.
So you don't get the bonus that Trog granted for that, though.
Mhm.
Just kidding. I know you know that, but ooh.
I'm gonna burn that hero point. There you go.
There you go. So it's not a crit fail, but it's not a... Yeah, so
See,
you
Vaz, I can make edible food,
So then this
With
is...
a hero point.
but I'm a hero.
Let's see here. Then that is 6 basic ingredients you use, as well as 3 days rations.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then, with that done, let's see if you bumped up the difficulty of the encounter. Jeffrey, would you give us a D20 roll, please?
So.
Okay. And I need
Because of the campsite and the difficulty level, it's just a choice between bunny rabbits and kittens. So it's okay.
Exactly. Would you give us? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Trog, would you give us a perception check? You get +1 to this because of Vaz.
Perception. Hey.
So it is, once again, in the middle of the night. You're not sure why your nights are always held up like this, but you, sitting around your campfire, you can hear the sound of someone not far off.
Oh.
It's probably about, I think you probably hear them by about a quarter mile. And if you want to try and go on reconnoiter a little bit, you might even be able to see where they are. You can see.
But before I do that, I'm actually going to rouse my companions.
Okay. So you wake up Vaz and Remy.
Say,
And
I'll just whisper very quietly. I hear
Every
someone.
night.
I'm going to go
Every
check.
night.
Yeah.
Okay.
so give us
Scream.
a stealth check, Rob.
Scream really loud if you need us.
Huh?
You want a hero point that?
Yep. One free reroll on your next reroll. Oh, come on, roll 20.
So one of the upsides is that it is quite dark. You make your way out about It's maybe about 3 or 4 minutes of traveling out, and you begin to hear the sound of something coming in your direction. You're not far off on the road. Like I picture you guys just moved 100 feet or so off of the road itself, and found yourself a campsite. Excuse me. It is a perfect campsite, but what you can hear coming towards you and what you see, Trog, are 6 men who do not look like they're dressed like they are either hunters or they are bandits. And when you see that, you sort of move back, and they're all humans or half-elves. They've got torches up to be able to see. And they sort of like, hey, I heard something from over there.
Damn it.
What do you want to do? They don't seem to see you, but you can see.
Right. I guess I'll try and stay hidden.
If you're staying in one place, then they're going to start searching around for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then I'll try to sneak back to the others because...
Okay.
Wait, actually... Oh.
Do you have a spell you want to do?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I have any spells that are like... Oh. The simplest magic give for magic effects. That's... One... I'm just looking at like prestidigitation.
Okay.
I could...
What are you thinking?
Just like, I'm just thinking of like making a sound somewhere far away from me, but I'm pretty sure it has like somatic component, so...
You would do the tried and true method of grabbing
Or
a stone
verbal
and
component.
throwing it.
I mean, I could just throw an actual stone, yeah. No, then I'll just try and sneak back. I don't really have a spell that I want to cast, so...
Okay, so why don't you give us a... So while I'm here, I'm moving some stuff up to the...
To the combat layer?
No, to the map layer, so you guys can see some stuff labeled on here. Go ahead and give us another stealth check, please.
Yes, roll 20, finally.
Oh, look at that. Very nice.
Now that his skin is on the line, he's a little more sneaky.
Yeah.
I think that's how he always does his banditry. And then, he's in trouble, and then he's like, oh, shit.
All right, so then, you go, are able to make your way back to the camp. What do you tell everyone while they're... I guess, first off, Vaz and Remy, what would you have done while Trog was away? I think I can move this. Do we have a campsite? No, we don't have a campsite page yet.
Probably have readied a torch to light in case I needed it, but held off on that so we don't attract attention.
Okay.
Well, and what I would say is there's men coming, searching.
Was that what you
Probably
say?
for the Hungering Sword. Or us, now that we've killed some of their men.
You think it's the same guys?
I don't know.
They'd have to hoof it pretty quickly to get here. Although they got camps all over, so it's probably just another group.
Well, you're camping at night, too. They're...
It's a bit odd being around searching in the middle of the night.
They have torches.
Pitchforks.
Yes.
So what you could do is, because you have a campfire going right now, you could try and put that thing out and then just hope that they don't find you. Or you can get up and move. Or you could try and intercept them. What are you thinking? If you intercept them, it will interfere and it'll add time for your sleeping. I guess resetting the camp would kind of do the same thing, too. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
How many of them are there?
About 6. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I'll buckle on some armor then.
Yeah, get ready for battle, and hopefully they miss us. Trog, you want to douse the fire?
Yeah, I can do that while you guys get ready.
Okay. Trog sheds a little tear for
Yeah,
getting rid of fire instead of...
I know. You guys are telling me to put the fire out.
All right, so
Rude.
then let's do this. Why doesn't everyone give us a stealth check, please?
That's always a roll that's good for a giggle.
Amazing. I mean, you guys are putting on your armor.
Okay, Remy,
Yeah, I'm
you
at a
want to
minus.
blow a hero point right now? Your middle score is an 8.
Oh, we're shooting for middle score? Yeah. If that'll help, I will surely try and get that as high as I can. Come on.
There you go. Middle score is now at
Nice.
16.
Yeah, that's a fun. I like that rule,
Excellent.
Kev. It's fun.
I think it makes it so it's less one shit roll and one shit
Yeah,
score
like
is less
fishing.
consequential.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're basically doomed to fail otherwise on something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what you find after you guys kill the light, and Remy, it's got to be the hardest for you because as soon as that light goes out, it's starlight you're trying to see by. Vaz and Trog, you are able to see, so you're able to position yourself. Where you found as a point to camp, we already know it is a ideal hiding spot or ideal spot. What do you think it looks like in this flat, plains terrain?
I would think it would be in a dip, one of the rare dips and things, so you could be largely out of sight.
Yeah, I buy that.
Maybe it's like one of those, deer dens where they just like a bunch of trees and stuff grow over in a certain spot, and you can just find your way in there and get a clearing on the inside.
Yeah,
so you can't
buy
see
that
it from
too.
Even
outside.
better.
Yeah.
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 I was thinking Bambi, like that's where they hid, right in there.
Well, I can't remember if I shared it on the Discord, but when I made a point of stopping on the drive back because there's some great pictures of prairies, Canadian prairies, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That's very much, but it is. I mean, not all of it's perfectly level. So it's a combination of those two, a slightly lower place, and then there's a bit of overgrowth. You guys position yourself in there, and it's about 2-hour period where you can. Well, it's about an hour and a half of when you can hear them either relatively close or very close. For you, Remy, the sound, because with at night and with the humans being around, it drives off a lot of those the critters in the night, so they wouldn't be making noise or cause them to be very quiet. So to you, it sounds like they're almost right there. And a little bit of light you can see dancing along, those 6 torches they don't seem like they're right next to you, but it sure seems like they're almost about to be.
Like they're always moving in my direction.
Yeah, totally. Vaz and Trog, however, they never really get to closer than about 250 feet from you. They seem to be just slightly off of the road, but not wanting to lose sight of it.
Makes
if you
sense.
want to try and listen in on them, I think a perception roll. Or, let me see here. Is there another skill that I think would apply? Let's see. Yeah, it'd be perception or
if you have small town gossip
yeah,
lore.
bandit lore maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of actually does make sense. You
Yeah,
probably
I'll
do
see if
learn
I
a lot
can
of
hear
things
anything.
eavesdropping.
Whoa, Remy.
Oh, nice.
Vaz.
Yeah, Vaz is good too, and that doesn't beat a crit.
I think Remy's hearing is sharpened because of the dark so well that he can hear the twigs snapping under their feet from way off.
Yeah. So what you hear, Vaz, is, Remy, and Vaz, you hear this to a degree as well. For one, they are bitching like crazy about how tired they are. They have been absolutely run ragged trying to to catch up for things, you overhear them talking again about the blade. And what you hear, Remy, is something about Oleg's post. And they say where that... Let's see here, there's a name that comes up. And it is... Where's it here? There we go. You hear them mention about Oleg's post, and so someone else says, "Well, we can't go there." Boss says that Haps is handling them, and he's not going to be back for a bit. Trog, you can make a bandit lore check if you'd like about the Haps.
Ooh.
So, if Remy... you didn't make a perception check. You want to make a perception check?
Oh.
Nothing lost in it, so... Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if once they're out of the sight, then if Remy or Vaz brings up the name Hap to you in the context of this, you may have some insight into that. So...
Definitely.
But as soon as they're past, I mean, they seem to be going on. That's what all you hear. Hap says not to go to Oleg's post, and you hear the mention of the Hungering Blade again. And what you do, I'm not sure how proud you feel about this, Vaz, but they seem to think that it's the Hungering Blade that killed the wolf and the 3 bandits.
No, it's all right. So,
Well, yeah.
they weren't impressive anyway.
Yeah, they all had the signs of weapon damage from the same weapon.
Yeah, each of them was tagged by the glaive at one point and by magic. So and if they saw a half orc running away at a distance, they probably couldn't tell your gender. So
Well, I'm a full orc as well.
Yeah.
To them, does it really make a difference? So, all right. So once they go, you fall back into silence once again, and it's just the sound of the bugs and night birds and things like that are returning to the area. Seems as if they've gone on past you.
Trog, what do you know about this Haps character?
So, you have met Haps in the course of, bandit meetups and stuff like that. Haps, they might be referring to someone named Haps Biden. Haps Biden, by the way, not Biden. This is written several years before. What Haps was a crude and foul-mouthed man who was a soldier and city guard, but he was running a protection racket. So you knew him shortly after. This guy used to run a protection racket out of Restov, and then took up banditry when he was exposed. So,
Yeah.
a bully and a extortionist, basically.
Yeah, that's probably the guy they're talking about.
Haps is handling it. And Olog's post, that's the trading post, right?
It is.
Maybe they're strong-arming the trading post.
Oh, we can always go and sort that out.
It's on a way.
So, apart from that, you guys are able to get back to sleep. And the rest of the night is uneventful. And when the morning comes, you guys find waiting under your pillow a hero point. So, while they were grousing about being overtired, you guys can push one more day before Vaz and Remy become fatigued. Would you like to do so?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So then, let me make... Oh, weather! Weather! Guys, we get to roll for weather! And I gotta change... Hold on, I'm gonna put the date forward one more. Would you each give us a D20 roll for weather, please?
The
That's
lowest I can
good.
roll.
No precipitation. Uh-oh. Getting colder.
So we're on the 16th of Frost.
It is now the 16th of harassed, correct. And the 5, but no inclement weather. Okay. So it's a little cooler today, which actually maybe is good if you're trying to push, through for an extra day of travel. Let's see what I do. I got my weather book out for no reason. Let's roll for random encounters. Okay. This first leg of travel. I think we're back to Sean rolling again. Would you give us a D20 roll, please? Okay. Let me roll here. All right. So it is partway through your first first day of travel, and what you find is, or the first afternoon, you find like slightly off to the north of the road. There is still, when you're making your way along the road, you can see there's still a tendril of smoke coming up ahead of you, the kind of smoke that you would see from a small campfire. If you approach, what you can find is, I'm not going to make you make any rolls here. You can see from a distance there is no one at this campsite. It's in a fairly wide open area, unless everyone is sleeping at the same time. There is nobody there, so you could either approach this thing off the road and see if anyone is there, or you could just leave it and carry on.
I think curiosity would, make Remy want to check it out. Just what if,
Yep. Vaz, you can give us a survival check. Actually, either Vaz or Trog could give us a survival check.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, then
safe.
let's do a hero point. Let's get easy come, easy go.
Did you guys get your 1030 hero point yet?
Yeah, you gave it to us.
Did I? I just give it to
Yeah.
you? Oh, yeah, right.
We found it
On
under
your
our
pillow.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's mine gone again.
All right, so Vaz, what you can tell is it's the wisp of fire that comes up from a campfire that has been left to burn down. So either someone has fallen asleep and not properly stocked it, or they've left the site without making sure that it was properly out, or it started up again. This is not a ongoing thing where people are properly giving fuel to the fire.
Okay.
I think it's worth checking out, Vaz.
There's a couple of reasons in your experience, Vaz, why that might be a camp someone left behind. There might be people who are asleep during the day, or they may have been killed, and the campfire was left to burn out.
I'm going with the third, but it's not. How far would it take? How long will it take to go there?
Depending on how, to march your way up and take a look at it, probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
To do it stealthily and sneak up, 20 minutes to half hour.
Well, with a -1 on stealth, let's not bother with the long version.
Yeah.
It would be a group activity still, so we would be looking for the middle, the median. Your call. You know, sneaky, you want to walk up or you want to ignore it?
Wondering, sneaking might be the best. What if these are the bandits that got ahead of us and they're just now making camp, and if we surprise them in the camp without realizing it, they might just wake up and attack us.
From where you can see, nobody is standing. Vaz has got pretty great eyes. She's confident that there's either everyone is on the ground, or, I mean, it could be goblins, or it could be halflings, or kobolds, or gnomes traveling that are all just very small. That's a possibility as well. But no one is upright who is human-sized.
If those guys march through the night, then wouldn't they be sleeping during the day?
You normally put a guard up there, right?
Maybe they think that's part of the way they're traveling this way, is they feel safe during the day.
Oh, we can sneak if you like.
I say let's sneak in.
Sneak in?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone give us a stealth check, please.
Oh, that's surprising.
That's a pretty good one, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to spend a hero point, see if I can bump that. Nope. Yeah, see if I can bump the... No,
yeah, because if you get above 15, you'd bump it to a 15 instead of a...
Yeah.
Right now it's 13.
There we go.
There you go. All right. So then, as you guys make your way across this, are you all clustered together? Are you spread out, kind of, Ghost Recon style?
Spread out, yeah.
Okay.
No, I think spread out's good.
Okay. So I imagine that the first on the scene is likely Vaz. And because she is your point woman. This is a hastily abandoned camp. I say hastily because the campfire is not out, because the whatever they use as their latrine has not been properly covered up, and there's just detritus that you'd find, like some kind of wrapping that might have been around some trail food, and there's a lot of very obvious marks where people have bedded down for a short period of time. This has all the hallmarks of a quick couple of hours sleep and then get up and keep going. If you want to take a look on the ground, Vaz, you might have an idea of what direction.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Sure. And Trog, you're trained as well. You could assist if you'd like.
Yeah.
If you roll a 20 or higher, you get a +1. If you rolled a 10 or less, -1. But there you go. +1, 8. Oh, and then +1 to yours, Vaz.
Boom.
Is that including the +1?
Oh, sorry. So 19.
19.
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, you're fairly confident there's between like 5 and 8 here. So there'll probably be about as many as what you saw on the road last night that were here. They seem to be pretty desperately pushing themselves along, and if you follow the path, they seem to have fixed up and started heading off the road. Not an unusual tactic for bandits to try and kind of boondog or bird dog kind of aside to try and so people don't spot them directly on the road. And in this kind of terrain, it's not going to slow them down substantially from that far off. They're heading into the west.
Okay. So ahead of us. That's not great.
Thinking they could be watching the road and looking to ambush somebody, so if we're going down the road, we better be careful.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we should go south of the road and head west from there just to avoid them.
Oh, and try and reach the... the only thing there is that you would need to navigate because you're moving off of the road. There'd be a chance of getting lost.
I mean, yeah, we would need to do that. Yeah.
It's not hard. Like it's in this terrain, it's relatively easy to oh, there it is. Jesus. Okay. It's relatively easy to prevent yourself from getting lost, as long as you can see the sun, as long as you can see that. So, and getting lost is right here. So for those listening at home, it's been months since we had a chance to play this one, so apologies for not remembering.
Yeah. Wayne in chat is going, track them, kill them.
Yes. I like how you think, Wayne. Okay, maybe I read that in... let's see here. In the rulebook itself. Let's see.
I think if we had more time, we would consider a strategy like that, but...
which?
Following these guys, but...
Yeah. And if you had a bigger, more of your group here too, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking these bandits are our problem when this is our area. Then we'll hunt them down and...
Make them pay.
Yes. Bring justice.
All right, here we go.
I mean, because they're looking for the Hungering Blade too, right? So wherever they are, he's not going to be.
Right.
If he was smart.
Okay, here we go. I don't know why I can't find this. I could have sworn that was part of the Hexploration rules. That had the rules for getting lost. Okay. I wonder if it's under, hold on, survival skill itself. And I think once we look this up, we won't have to look it up again. There we go, survival.
Till our next 4-week break.
Well, hopefully, which will not be for a very long time.
Yes.
Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the difficulty equal to the terrain. Here's the chance of getting lost. Go. Aha. DC to navigate the hex. Here we go. So I don't know why I can't see this. It's referencing not getting lost for traversing the hex, but I just can't see. Here we go. Ah. Hold up. Yeah, I referenced back to the main book, and I thought, like, oh, I got it now, but I apparently do not. So here's what I'm going to do. We will set the difficulty using the same rules from the supplement book. The, what do you call it? The one that has the camping rules in it. So it will be... I'll make the rule, and actually I'm going to steal the rule from Forbidden Lands that, like, one of the things that every other game seems to have is that when you get yourself lost, you roll like a D8, so you might like go backwards or something like that. Forbidden Lands says it's always going to be one of the three directions you're traveling. So you might be off a little to the left, a little to the right, or you might accidentally be going in the same direction. I just like that. When you can see the sun, like, it just seems that it's unlikely a trained person would get lost. So, sorry guys, that was a long. I'll double check again to see if I'm missing something between now and next session. But are you thinking of heading to this hex instead, and then head into Oleg's Overland to avoid running into these guys?
That would work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm for it if nobody else is against it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think we want to avoid them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, we're back to James. James, would you give us a 1d20 roll, please?
Oh, 1d.
Okay. So. You guys are about 3 hours into the vast and teeming wilderness. Vaz, you're fairly confident you've made yourself get down enough and you're able to navigate back to in the direction of the fort. You know you're going to be able to come up from the south side towards Oleg's fort, located at the bend in the road there. Would you each give us a perception check? Let's see who's the first one to hear this. Ooh, might be Remy.
I have faith in Vaz.
All right, where's my perception? Here's we go perception.
No.
It
It's
is
definitely
Remy.
Remy.
Ow! It's a howl of wolves. And there's a howl from a second direction. It tells you that they are not long off from coming upon you. What do you guys wish to do? Hunker down for a fight? Try and outrun them? Or take some other strategy? You'll still be in these grasslands when you do bed down in about 3 hours or so. What are you guys thinking?
Oh, hunker down, I think. Not going to outrun a wolf.
No, not in plains off-road. We'd be ready for a fight.
Light a big fire, boys.
And guys, that is precisely where we'll be leaving you until next session. So,
Yeah. I just want to say I won't be at the next session, so you two guys are facing a whole horde of wolves. So let me know how it goes, and I'll meet your new characters at the next session.
Yeah. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 10 of our Kingmaker campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There is also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to this campaign, every other campaign we run on the channel, Pathfinder 2, and Yeah, I mean, a ton of other great channels with great people on them. The Dungeon Musings community is a very welcoming and knowledgeable sort, so you are more than welcome to join us over there if you'd like to. There is also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a terrific selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If you they have something listed that is not in stock, you can often put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. But if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, then be sure to enter the code SUMMERMUSER, all caps, all one word, and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. In addition, there is a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, and you can learn all about the different opportunities you have to vote on our charity sessions by heading over to the Charity Initiatives tab or channel on the Dungeon Musing Discord server, Dungeon Musings Discord server. Tomorrow we have our next leg, part 4 of our year-long Year of Ill Omens charity campaign. I need to finish prepping for that, which is why we're cutting this outro a little bit shorter. Yeah, you can learn all about that. If you donate $10 or more through that link, then you get a chance to vote on our next session and the one after that as well, leading up to the end of the year. And if you donate $25 or more, you'll have an opportunity to be entered into our next charity raffle. All donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman, just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. Our small way of saying thank you is the chance for the donors to shape our year-long Year of Ill Omens. Tomorrow we'll be playing a session set in the 1970s with our heroes players playing American servicemen stationed at Spandau Prison in Berlin. And things are about to get weird for those two. We'll be using Modifius Entertainment's outstanding Acton Cthulhu to power that session. So it should be an interesting... Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that pulpy style of rules with a more grounded kind of adventure. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart Kingmakers from tonight. So, John, James, and Jeffrey, thank you so much for playing tonight, guys.
Jeez.
Yeah, triple J's. Yes. So we'll be back in the Stolen Lands in 2 weeks' time to see what happens to our heroes as they encounter these wolves. But until we see you again, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our stalwart Kingmakers are encountering as they begin to get the lay of the land in the Stolen Lands. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.